Oh my God, feels good, man, to be on a special episode of the Inner Circle podcast. I'm kind of hyped. Inside Xbox is about to start, man. I don't know what is going to happen, what they're going to show. I just hope it's not a white glove event. Let's see how it all turns out, man. 2 minutes to the show starts. You guys are rocking with me today. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. Make sure you share out to your friends. Let everybody know where the premiere podcast for Xbox is at. Oh, if my lighting is bad, man, I'm not trying to do nothing special, man. We here to watch this, not watch me, man. So I'm really excited about this, man. I hope it turns out good. Three more minutes. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like all over the place right now. I'm a bit hyped. I'm a bit excited. There's a lot of things going on that Microsoft should show. I don't know if they will show it. I don't know if it'll turn out the way that we all hope it will turn out, but I really do hope it turns out to be really good. Should be streaming. Everything should be live right now. Check out the live stream. Look at the feed. Make sure it's public, which it is. Oh man, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. 1 minute, 19 seconds to the show starts, man. Really excited. I don't know, man. Maybe I should just lower my expectations for what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down. It's definitely something to keep in check, I guess you could say. Like my man Sam the Man always be telling me. It was cool. 41 seconds to the show begins. Make sure you guys are rocking with your boy, man. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel if it don't turn out the way I expect. I really don't know. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy right now. I'm hyped though. Either way, I'm excited. Let's see here. What can we? Increase that stream quality. 32,000 people watching right now. I don't know about this music though. Well, they got a little stage. Okay. I thought it would be different. I don't know, man. I never seen an XO event before. I mean, other than watching, I never watched one live, so I don't know.
Welcome to beautiful Mexico City. Inside Xbox is live, and our global XO18 celebration begins now.
Oh yes, we're so happy that you've joined us today for Xbox's biggest fan celebration of the year. Thousands of the Xbox family have joined us here in person, and many more are watching us live from around the globe. Welcome to the party!
Today is a very special episode of Inside Xbox because not only are we here in amazing Mexico City with all these incredible fans, but we've brought most of Team Xbox with us. Joining us today is head of Xbox, Phil Spencer.
yeah.
I got this private. I gotta fix this right now.
Come on.
Studio head of Minecraft, Helen Chang.
Yes.
And head of ID at Xbox, Chris Charla.
Plus we're
going down. I don't know how to feel, man. I don't know. Like, why am I getting so antsy? I just hope Microsoft shows something good. That's all I care about, man. I want them to make sure that they show a studio more than anything. All right, here we go.
I ain't trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. One thing I taught myself to do, no matter the problem, refuse to lose. Came here ready to fight on this night, you better just run for your life. Usually I'm very polite, but I'ma get savage tonight. Even when a dog being nice, every single dog gonna bite. I don't make a sound when I strike. You better just run for your life. Run for your life.
I don't know, man. PUBG. I don't know about PUBG, man. I know a lot of people like playing the game. I know a lot of people get excited about it when they watch it. But you know, at the end of the day, man, it's still PUBG. I guess. You know, it's kind of faded with the rise of Fortnite, and it's like I don't know. It's like it people want it to be this big, amazing thing, but I don't know if it can live up to that hype anymore. With all these people sort of copying their style, I feel bad for them in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they started this whole movement with Royal, you know, the Royal Riot, the Battle Royale genre, and all of a sudden everybody's snatching up the Battle Royale genre. So it's tough watching this whole thing happen.
If you're not an Xbox Game Pass member just yet, you have to know these three things. Number one, membership gives you instant access to over 100 games for one low monthly price. 2, new games are added every month, including Microsoft Studios games like Forza Horizon 4, Crackdown 3, and all of your favorite Halo titles on the day they launch. 3, it's a brilliant way to discover games you wouldn't have had the chance to try before. So go ahead, step outside of your usual genres and comfort zones. You might be surprised at what you find. Oh, and there's one more thing as well. We are not responsible at Xbox. If you're so busy playing Game Pass titles, you miss out on holiday parties, dinners, or I don't know, sleigh rides. You do you, it's the holiday season. Now, if you haven't tried Xbox Game Pass yet, starting today, new subscribers will get the first month of
Yo,
Game Pass for $1.
every time there's an event, they always do this, bro. Like every time they give you Game Pass for $1. They did it for Gamescom, they did it for E3, now they're doing it for XO. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to promote your stuff and let people know about it.
So you've been waiting for the right moment to try
It's funny
Xbox
stuff,
Game
though,
Pass.
either way.
The time is now.
That is right now. And hey, do we love breaking news? Oh my God. On Inside Xbox, of course we do. We have exclusive reveals. You know this. But what we really love is to bring you and you and you and you as close as possible to the game creators so you can ask the deep questions you want answered. Even when we're broadcasting from the studio, which is very different from this, the community is always part of the show. Now coming up, Rukari is going to do just that. He's going to step up his boom with Joseph Staten and Crackdown 3.
Oh, about to get some Crackdown 3 footage.
We will be
Okay.
unveiling a brand new, never-before-seen mode. But first, how about one of them exclusive reveals? Now, here's an interstellar world premiere. It's from Jonathan Che, co-creator of BioShock, and it's coming to Xbox Game Pass when it launches. Say hola to,
Okay.
I love this name, Void Bastards.
Surprise, buttface!
Do try not to die while action items remain unticked.
Client expired.
A strategy
I'm
shooter.
looking to you for a paradigm shift towards confidence.
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Y'all gotta come harder than that, man. A strategy shoot. All right, I'm gonna ride it out. Let's see what else we got. That's not for me. I can't knock other people. It's different. It's on some real comic book style types, you know, graphics, so I won't knock it. I'm not gonna knock it, but we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out.
No respect for synergizing.
Hey, what up, Victor? Everybody couldn't make it, man. You got I think B Money's at work. You got Sam is actually writing up all the content on the site. So right now it's just me solo, man. Plus, I didn't get a chance to try to test stream other people in chat. So I'm other people from the group, like, you know, bringing in people from either Skype or Hangouts, or seeing how it would all work out. I tried to get it done as fast as I could, as soon as I could throughout the week, but it was hard to find time. So eventually people will show up, though. As of right now, though, man, you know, I don't know what to say about this game. I don't know what to say. It's like the game is it's cool. It's cool. I'm not knocking. Obviously, it's got some talent behind it. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass. I'm not too hype about this particular game. I'm not really into strategy shooters. I'm not really into strategy anything, honestly. But this is interesting though. It's not my cup of tea. I feel like there's an audience out there for it. It's something different, a strategy shooter. It's not something that I've heard of before. It's definitely
What are you doing in my fridge,
a new
Commander
genre
Jackson?
type thing. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out.
The enemy should never see you come. You gotta.
Yo, this Terry Crews joint, it's crazy, bro.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay. All right.
God, I hope this turns out good. I really want to play. Like, I want to be in the Crackdown so bad, man. God, I hope this turns out to be hot. Oh, wow. Now, that's an improvement graphically. That's a big improvement graphically.
Included day one with Xbox Game Pass. Join today.
Show some gameplay. The game didn't look like that at E3, honestly. Like the player models' faces, it looked like they put a lot more detail, a lot more textures into the game. I think gameplay-wise, it still needs to. I need to see more before I make a true past judgment on the game.
I don't mean to rush you, but I know the fans out here are hungry. Yeah. We all want an update on Crackdown 3. They might even be a tad bit hangry. So I know I don't say this a lot, but let's go ahead and skip the appetizer. Can we get to the meat and potatoes, please?
Yes, it has been way too long since we talked about Crackdown 3 multiplayer, and today I'm happy to announce Wrecking Zone. Wrecking Zone is multiplayer the Crackdown way. 2 teams of 5 agents unleashed in fully destructible battle arenas. It's real, people are playing it right now, and we brought along something so everybody watching can share in the fun.
Well, let's stop talking. Let's just have a look, yeah?
All right, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
God, please be good.
Listen up, agents. The world has become a dangerous place. That's why the agency has created the ultimate combat arena. Welcome to Wrecking Zone. 2 teams of 5 agents battle for supremacy. Smash through buildings. Blast bridges into rubble. Level the competition.
Yo, this looks fast, bro. This looks. Not gonna lie, bro. This multiplayer look crazy.
Included day one with Xbox Game Pass. Join today.
I thought they was gonna. When they pushed it, what did they do? Push it up a week early? I mean, it's on Game Pass, so you can't knock it. if it's on Game Pass. I mean,
we got some
this
happy
is a
folks
smart
out
thing
here.
for it to be on Game Pass because you know February is jam packed with a lot of games that a lot of people ain't gonna be buying. So
yeah, that's absolutely right. So
Game
we're
Pass is
using
clutch.
Azure Cloud Services and Xbox Live to enable these fully destructible environments.
Yo, what is
Everything
going
you
on
see,
with Mixer's
everything is
channel with these
something you
whales
can
and
break.
fireworks?
So you can use your rocket launcher or a flying fist to smash into a building and then blow out the other side.
I saw a lot of debris.
Yeah, absolutely. If you see a bunch of enemy players,
I'm not gonna
escaping
lie, man.
across
The
a sky
multiplayer
bridge,
look
you
mad
can take out
dope.
your
Like it
minigun,
looked real
shred the
interesting.
bridge,
You're
bring the whole thing
flying
down.
across the map. It
Ricari,
reminds me of
if you
how
wanna
it used to
drop
be in
a
like Halo
multi-story
2.
building,
We used
first
to
of all,
have
if is not an option.
the
I
jump,
absolutely
the
do
jump.
wanna do that.
multi-story
What's the things that
building
used to
on top of
launch
the
you
enemy
off the
team,
base?
you can go
I forget
for
what
it.
they were called,
Cloud
like the little
destruction
launch
enables
pads
all these
on
really
Halo,
cool
and you be
tactical
flying
choices,
across
and
the
it
map
looks
on like
spectacular.
Valhalla,
looking at some of them
fighting
actually
each
right
other
now.
across
Yep.
that grassland. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to the Spartan
So with
laser in the
Wrecking
middle of
Zone,
the
it's great to
field.
see it in action, but what other
That was
content can
interesting,
fans
just
look forward
watching
to,
them
when
launch
Crackdown 3
launch
ships?
themselves
Yeah,
back and
absolutely.
forth.
you
So
can
that's
see
pretty dope.
We're announcing 2 of our maps today. This is Blackout Zone, and we've got another map called Nova Station, 2 modes, territories, and Agent Hunter. And when the game launches, you'll have access to an arsenal of weapons and equipment, overdrive, skill boosts, a whole bunch of things to customize your player, your agent, just how you want to play. Not to mention there are a whole
does
bunch
look-
of
it
fun
looks
ways to customize
crisp.
the way you look. that we'll be
Look,
talking
I'm
about
telling
post
you,
launch.
All right,
they
so
did a
I've
lot of
played in my
work.
playtest. I've seen you at playtest.
They
I
did a
gotta
lot
ask,
of work
what
in
is your favorite part
comparison
of the
to
game?
what I saw when I went to E3 in 2017,
Give us the
compared to
secrets.
what they're showing us now at the end of 2018. The game
So for
looks
Wrecking Zone, what's
way
really amazing to
better
me
than
is,
it
you know,
did when
if you
I
have a
first saw it.
first-generation
Because
Xbox
initially
One,
when I
if you're
first
playing
saw it,
on
it was all
PC
dull,
or a brand new
and
Xbox One X,
it just wasn't as
cloud
colorful and as
destruction
vibrant
means
as
that the
it
destruction
looks right here.
experience is the
So
same
definitely a big
on all
improvement,
platforms,
without
which is
question.
really
I
great.
can vouch for that.
For campaign, Ricari, you know I'm a world design story guy, and the campaign is awesome. It's that same great open world, orb hunting, vertical gameplay, chaotic sandbox fun as the original game.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
And I just want to take a sec to give a big thanks to our development partners, Sumo Digital, Elbow Rocket, Certain Affinity, everybody else that's just busting ass every day to make Crackdown a great, well-rounded game. So thank you
Awesome.
to
Yeah,
everybody.
all right. Now, I've got to ask, and this is for everybody here, this is for everybody at home. Do we have fans of the original Crackdown out there?
Yeah.
That sounds like a yes. Good, that's good, all right.
Nice.
So we have some back compat news for the original Crackdown as well, yes?
Yes, that's right. So the big news is, as we saw the announcement, we're releasing in Game Pass and globally February 15th, 2019. But we have some more fun news as well. So if any of you guys have never played the original Crackdown game, we're announcing today for free, you can go and download Crackdown 1 from now until November 30th.
Yeah, how about that? There we go.
Okay, I mean, we knew that announcement here on
Now,
Tick.
Crackdown 1 is one of my favorite original Xbox games. If you have an Xbox
I
One
like how they
X,
said
the
download
enhanced visuals look
Crackdown 1
awesome. So,
today,
go to the Xbox
but didn't
at the
mention
Windows Store,
Crackdown 2.
download
Like
your copy
Crackdown 2 is
today,
the
and
abomination
enjoy.
they want nothing
All
a
right,
part
well,
of.
thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, give me
Now,
one sec,
Don't
I'll
forget,
be back.
Crackdown 3 will be available on Xbox Game Pass when it bursts onto the scene this February, like you mentioned. Coming up in just a few moments, Julia will track down Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. Yeah? What's on Phil's mind? We'll find out in short order. Of course, he's out in the crowd there somewhere chatting with the fans. Either way, we'll be right back.
Yo, Phil out here looking like the president.
We launched the first time here in 2002. This is our fourth fan fest in a row. I mean, just look at the energy here. It's such a great place for us to bring back.
This is my first time here. I've had like 8 tacos already because it's exceptional food here. I mean, we've already had some great news already. Like, we've literally straight into the show. Like, what are you most excited about?
Well, I mean, just coming off the back of Joe announcing Crackdown, our date for Crackdown, the fact that it's going to be there day and date in Game Pass. It's one of my all-time favorite Xbox franchises. Just great to be able to show people multiplayer. I've heard people want to see multiplayer, so it's great. And people are playing on the floor. We've got Wrecking Zone here. People at the Fan Fest are getting to play. It's just great.
So we talked a little bit about the, Mexican
Wrecking
community.
Zone. Who they got? The guy from Halo to do the voiceover?
I mean, I think we kind of already know. They are so... Right?
I'll say one of the...
Actually say anything, because that's how passionate they are.
I'll say one of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with their kids. It's gaming is such just an activity that brings people together. It's awesome to be here with so many families having a great time. This is just what gaming should be about.
So, I mean, obviously we hear you talk about, gaming for everyone, and, we brought out the adaptive controller, which was just something so incredible. I mean, that's only just, one small part of, gaming for everyone. What does the whole thing kind of mean to you in its bigger picture?
I love the art form of video games. I think we tell stories that bring people together. I think whether it's competing or whether it's cooperative, I think everybody should be able to play. You talked about the adaptive controller. It's awesome. We're launching the adaptive controller in 17 new markets in 2019, including here in Mexico, which is great.
Because gaming is a great level, it doesn't matter like what your physicality is. You can compete on an even playing field with everyone else. That's amazing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that the community is the right place for everybody. We want to make sure content's right for everybody. I think it's such a, and being here with the fans, you hear from them. We know gamers are passionate. Or we don't hear.
We don't hear anything. I mean, as someone who really loves to future games, it's why I love tech, it's why I love gaming, and it's great to have you here. Obviously, you guys are making such huge, or rather, we're making huge steps forwards, technologically and kind of smaller incremental steps every day. Like, where do you see us in 20 years' time? Like, sell us the dream. Where are we going?
I love that. I mean, you think about for us when we started on this journey a few years ago. We said we want to make sure we've got the largest library of games for people to play. So we did things like backwards compatibility. We did some work on our platform and our services. Brought Mixer in. People told me, hey, I want better hardware. We went out and did S. We went out and did X, the most powerful console in the world. Yeah. Something we're committed to in the future. And we wanted to bring all gamers together regardless of what platform they're on. So we've been talking about cross-play, cross-progression. We showed a little bit about xCloud in the future. But when I really look at next, I think we got a ton of work to do on Windows. And Windows is something I'm very committed to. I've heard the feedback about our store. I'm going to take a bigger leadership role on what's going on with the Windows Store, make it really tailored towards the gamers that we know want to see the best from what we have to offer. And it's going to be a fun journey.
You're going to get in there and tinker a little bit.
Little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So, I mean, I'm loving all these big announcements for Game Pass, because, to me, when I think of a subscription service, you kind of always assume it's going to be kind of like the, you guys haven't really done that. So, I mean, and presume from that, you're saying you're super committed to this service. This is how you see the kind of future going.
Well, I would say it's about choice for gamers, right? So people want to buy games to build their library. That's their choice, and I love that. I love the fact that we offer that. For a lot of people, the best way to build their library of games to play is through Game Pass. We're at, say, 12 new games coming to Game Pass this holiday. Obviously, our first-party game coming day and date. It's going to be great. When I look at the games coming next year, it's going to be awesome. I think it gives gamers a choice about where they want to play and how they want to play and how they want to build their library. And we've got millions of subscribers now, and it's just great to see people choosing to play new games and finding new ways to discover interesting talent.
Yeah, and kind of mixing up the genres as well. You might be well into shooters, but actually you're like, oh, hey, it's not going to cost me anything. I'll just have a little dabble with that.
That's the best thing. Like, what we see when people get into Game Pass is they actually play more games. They actually buy more games, which maybe seems counterintuitive. They try genres of games that they don't normally play. Like we watch that when we see what people are playing. I think it's just been a great thing for the creative community. We want as many kinds of games to be successful as possible.
So obviously, you know, you guys are quite a few little studios here and there.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. When you acquire a studio, do you use like a comical sized check?
Bro, here we
Is it
go.
really big?
She's asking questions.
okay. So
I want to hear what he got to say. Don't ask this question if you ain't gonna answer it.
Was a big thing, a little bit of news around that particular time?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things people know, Hellblade coming to retail on all the platforms it's shipped on, which is great. So coming to PlayStation, coming to Xbox. It's awesome. This December, Hellblade coming to Game Pass.
Hellblade's coming to Game Pass. That's amazing.
Bro, you see that dude with the fro? That's how I feel right now. How he looks is how I'm feeling right now.
And you talk about studios that we bring in. It's about that cultural fit from us. Do we have something to add to the studio? And it's really fun to not only see what Ninja Theory's done in the past, but to look forward to next year and things that might come.
And some other little inkling to do with studios, maybe?
Yeah, I think we have Matt Booty on the show at the end, maybe too.
Okay. Listen, I'm not trying to listen to this for 20 minutes of him not talking about something with these studios, bro. Come on, Phil. Don't play games, bro. I'll be in them DMs. Like, yo, what is happening right now?
Kingdom Hearts 3 world premiere.
Okay.
Let's celebrate Hellblade coming to stores.
Kingdom Hearts is up. Let's go. That was a bit winded. That was a bit long-winded. I'm happy they got a retail version of Hellblade out for people out there who continue to purchase retail stuff. But man, I'm like, this interview is dragging. That was dragging out for a pretty long time. And my anticipation of hearing about a new studio was not coming out, so I was getting disappointed by the second. But I'm glad that there's supposed to be some news at the end of the show. So let's hope we see some awesome stuff the rest of the show. Hellblade looks fire though. Haven't played it yet. Not sure if I will. But it definitely looks dope and deserves all the awards that it's gotten so far. Just based on people's observations of what I've seen and heard of the game. Yo, coming to Game Pass on the 17th? Okay. That got snuck in there. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm not scared anymore. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to.
Wow! I want us to be together forever. What matters is I'll be here from now on.
Sora look like a grown man now, bro. He should be after all this time.
Hey, loser! I'm useless. I'm chicken. We're not friends. I can count the number of times you and I have hung out on one hand.
I'll be back to visit you.
What?
You and me are friends now.
The chest! Hand it over! Care to surrender?
Tadashi wouldn't want there to be a Baymax that hurts people.
Okay.
Yo, Kingdom Hearts looks crazy. Graphic. Like everything that they're like every world that they going to is I'm like really impressed the way it looks graphically. Like it looks like the actual movie animation.
Look at how many there are.
Pirates of the Caribbean look pretty realistic.
Who are you? Now we forge it. The ultimate key. The key blade.
Okay.
Oh, the Final Fantasy and Kingdom
All right,
Hearts
so here's the
series,
thing.
great games. They are
Here's the
landmarks that
thing.
the rest of the
Y'all already
industry
know,
is
man.
measured
Y'all been
about-
following
measured
me.
against, and
Tick
has a special
podcast
place
for a
in our
minute.
hearts, and I think
I
a lot
talk
of
about
folks out
Square
here as
all the
well.
time
And
about
so
how I
it
want to
is an
see
honor
the
to be
Kingdom
joined
Hearts
on the Xbox stage with someone
bundle
responsible
come to
for the
Xbox.
series,
The
Shinji
Kingdom
Hashimoto
Hearts 1 and
from
Kingdom
Square
Hearts 2.
Enix. Thank you
Let's
so
hope
much
that
for
they make
joining
that
us,
announcement
Hashimoto-san.
today.
So let's talk Winnie the Pooh. Winnie's played a role in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. What can you tell us about the 100-acre wood we just saw in Kingdom Hearts 3?
プーさんの話をしていただきたいんですけれども、今映像にありました100エーカーの森に関して教えていただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。まず今日はね、本当にお越しいただいて本当に感謝しております。
Well, first of all, thank you very much for coming today to hear me talk.
ちょっと説明するからちょっと聞いて。
So I'm going to explain a little bit, so if you could keep quiet a little bit, that'll be much appreciated.
ちょっと聞いて。
Dang, he told the crowd to be quiet. That's funny.
今回ですね、プーさんっていうのは実はシリーズ出たことあるんですけれども、今回もですね、最新作3でもプーさんは100エーカーの森という形で、登場します。で、特に、今回ミニゲームたくさん入ってるんですけど、例えばレミの美味しいレストランなんかは料理を題材にしたミニゲームが入っています。あとはクラシックキングダムとして LSI のミニゲームなんかも入っております。で、プーさんと随分遊んでもらいたいんですけど、ミニゲームがたくさんある中で今回パズルゲームないよねという形で、先ほどトレーラーにもあったようなパズルを題材にした可愛いミニゲームを用意してますので、ぜひ皆さん楽しんでください。
So the Winnie the Pooh world has been in the series until now as well, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, in the 100-acre woods, you can enjoy playing the mini games, as it were, in the previous titles, and you could also enjoy interacting with Winnie the Pooh and his friends. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3, there are many mini games in there, such as the one based off of Ratatouille, it's a cooking mini game, and also LCD mini games called the Classic Kingdom. But we did.
People like it. They like it.
We also figured that we didn't have any puzzle games in the game yet, and so for the 100-acre woods, we decided to have puzzle-like mini games in there, so you'll be able to enjoy cute puzzle games.
They like the puzzles. They like the puzzles, and they love the gameplay too. Because we have Kingdom Hearts 3 playable here at XO18. It's right over there if you haven't played it yet. And I can tell you, it feels great. So, what are some of the key advances in gameplay that fans can expect in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Kingdom Hearts 3が現行世代機で初めての展開となるんですが、開発チームにおいて Xbox One や Xbox One X のエキストラパワーを活用していったところはどのような点でしょうか。
はい。やはりマシンスペックが素晴らしいので、今回もいろんなワールド
how fast she gotta be to write down what he's saying in English so she can read it back to the crowd. My man out here saying whole paragraphs. He got whole scripts going on, and she's writing everything down, trying to figure out exactly what is going on.
で、そういったところの高速処理なんかもそのマシンパワーを使っております。はい。
Yes, in Kingdom Hearts 3, we do use the hardware many ways in the different worlds. For example, in the Caribbean Sea, from the Pirates of the Caribbean, we use the hardware to depict the roaring seas that you see in how you have been seeing it in the trailers, and also on the details of the characters. And for the CG world of San Francisco in Big Hero 6, we utilize the hardware of the vast city and the high buildings that you can jump off from. So all the verticality in that world utilizes that new hardware.
That's really awesome to hear, because this is the first Kingdom Hearts of this generation, and, well, of course, the first one on Xbox, and I can't wait to see what it looks like on Xbox One X. Now, because Kingdom Hearts is new to Xbox, I thought it would be interesting for all of us here to share how Square Enix and Disney first came together to collaborate on the original title. I heard an elevator was involved.
今回、Xbox 初めてということで、その原点に戻りまして、ディズニーとどうやってこの話ができたのか、エレベーターという話を聞いたことあるんですが、
よく質問を受けるんでね、ちゃんとお答えしなきゃと思うんですけど、確かに約20年前ぐらいなんですけど、当時目黒にスクエアがありまして、当時ディズニーさんも同じビルに入ってました。で、そこでディズニーさんの社長さんとかじゃなくて、ディズニーの女性プロデューサーの方から向こうから声をかけていただいて、スクエアさんですかっていうような質問をされて、そうですよっていう、そこから始まったんですよね。ただエレベーターの中で会議するわけにいかないので、日を改めて会議室でお話し合いをして、キングダムハーツがスタートしました。
Yeah, so we do get this question quite a bit, but it was about 20 years ago we were in the same office building. Square was in the same office building as Disney in the city called Meguro. And a lot of people think that it was the president of Disney, but it was actually a producer at Disney that reached out to us in the elevator. And of course, it wasn't like a conversation that we could really hold in the elevator. So we took a couple of days after that to really sit down and talk about the details, and that's how Kingdom Hearts came about.
It's amazing that a chance encounter ended up leading to something we're still talking about 2 decades later, and you all love Kingdom Hearts. I mean, it all came just from that. I told you. So before we let you go, is there anything else you want to share with us today?
最後にご共有いただきたい情報、新情報って何かございますでしょうか？
ですね、FF の話いいかな。はい。最新情報でちょっとファイナルファンタジーの話もしておきたいんですけども、最新情報としていよいよですね、マイクロソフトさんの力もあって、Xbox の360でやってましたファイナルファンタジー13、13-2ライトニングリターンズが介護官の技術でいよいよ Xbox One および 1X で遊べるようになりました。ぜひ皆さんこの機会にもう一度チャレンジして遊んでいただきたいなと思うのが一つ。それと先日ローンチしたばっかりのワールドファイナルファンタジーマキシマですね。これも遊べるようになっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでいただきたいなと。そしていよいよ2019年、来たるべき来年なんですけど、ファイナルファンタジーのオリジナルの7、9、10、10、12もですね、Xbox に続々と来ますので、ぜひお楽しみください。
We actually want to talk about Final Fantasy here for a little bit.
Please, go for it. You want to hear about Final Fantasy? We all do.
So we did have Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns on the Xbox 360, but now we actually have backward compatibility for Xbox starting next week.
Sorry, next week?
Yes, not yet. It was
BC
starting
Final
next week.
Fantasy. Okay.
We will have that. And also, we just released World of Final Fantasy Maxima on the Xbox One platform, so it would be much appreciated if you go look at that.
Okay.
And on top of that, we also are going to bring the legendary Final Fantasy titles 7, 9, 10, 10-2, and 12 to Xbox next year as well. So it would be much appreciated if you could look forward to that as well.
All right,
I'm probably going to pick up 12 because I never played the 12.
Final Fantasy titles coming to Xbox.
That's cool though, man. I mean, it's inevitable that Final Fantasy come to Xbox at this point. And I'm sure, like I said before, all those years ago, that Final Fantasy VII's remake will more than likely also come to Xbox.
I want to thank you so much for
based
joining
on
us.
what I've off the people I've spoken to.
Is there anything I can do for you?
最後にせっかく皆さんね、お客様いらっしゃるので、一緒に動画とかセルフィー撮りたいんですけど。
Since I'm here with everyone here, I actually want to take a selfie with everyone.
Do you all want to take a selfie with Shinji Hashimoto?
Bruh.
I think that's a yes.
You got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to the platform, and you still not getting Kingdom Hearts 1 and still not getting Kingdom Hearts 2 in some sort of digital format. Like, it doesn't even have to be retail, but it could at least be digital for all the Xbox guys out there that may not have played a Final Fantasy game before. That's a bit crazy in itself.
He's gonna get more than one.
My man out here taking selfies and not bringing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to the Xbox. Like, if you gotta wait 5 years or 3 years because of some deal with Sony to get Kingdom Hearts bundle 1 and 2 on there, I don't know, bro. I just feel like, what's the point of bringing Kingdom Hearts 3? You're gonna make people go on YouTube to watch the video? Like,
Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming January 29th.
But I guess they get Kingdom Hearts, so that's something.
Game Pass is like, well, a very
It's a
special
bit
guest star
disappointing,
on
though,
this
not to
show.
hear.
We've already announced 2 titles already, but more is better, right? Do you all want more Game Pass? I like more. They want more. Let's get more.
Fantastic news that the Final Fantasy 13 games are coming to back compat. The backward compatibility program has received such an amazing response from fans, with hundreds of Xbox 360 games available to play on Xbox One and even some original Xbox favorites. Now, before we get to more brand new Xbox Game Pass announcements, One last note for back compat fans. Civilization Revolution CivRev is already in our back compat catalog, but there's a new Xbox 360 enhanced version of CivRev. So you can play on your Xbox One X in glorious 4K. Now, we told you we have 16 Xbox Game Pass games to talk about today, so let's knock out some more.
Gladly, Larry. All right. Coming in at number 4, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yep.
Number 5 is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
The brand new one.
No, that's
it's
a
not
good
even
one.
out yet. And number 6 is Thief of Thieves. This game is so vibrant, and I love the comic book style. It's based on the Image comic series. From
Like, are we really doing announcements for Game Pass? Like, Ori and Will of the Wisps ain't even coming out till like next year. I mean, I guess it wasn't announced that it was coming out. Oh, that's cool. This comes out today. I might pick this up.
I got to play it. It's actually pretty fun.
That's a lot of fun.
All right, and the one and only, Ori and the Blind Forest is one of the most critically acclaimed.
Ori and the Blind, yo, if you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest,
and the envy of art directors around the
Game of the
industry.
Year edition, definitely pick that up. That was
Game
fire.
Pass on December 20th.
All right, and then the highly anticipated sequel, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, will join Xbox Game Pass the day the game launches in 2019.
Do you expect to shed a tear in that one?
That's cool. I mean,
we will.
it was inevitable. Microsoft owns the
stay
game. I
tuned
guess
for
they
10
had some
more Game Pass
licensing
announcements. Yes, that is
or
correct.
some
10 of
studio
them.
things that they had
Next
to
up,
worry
we'll
about.
sit down with the creators of Microsoft Studios' fastest-selling new franchise this generation. Which game is that? Well, let's find out.
Ahoy! My name is Caesar, and I'm dying to hear the new things from Sea of Thieves. I love you guys. Thank you.
Yo, right now, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. I'm gonna keep it all the way at 100. It's not looking good. I mean, listen, I said to keep your expectations in check on the last episode on the prediction show. So, Microsoft doing their thing. They're delivering games. That's cool. But I'm looking for bigger or newer announcements, and I haven't gotten that yet. So we'll see how it all pans out throughout the course of the show. As of right now, I'm okay. I'm all right. It's okay. We'll see how it goes from here. But I feel like they shouldn't call it XO18. They should just call it Inside Xbox 18 or Inside Xbox Premiere or something like that, because that's how I feel. What up, Josh? What's going on? What's happening, Jared? Innate, what's good, brother? Gene Mark Louis, thank you, brother, for stopping out as well. And hanging out with me while I watch this stream. What's going on here with the XO18?
Trust in your crew and earn the respect of your rivals. Together, compete for glory!
Sea of Thieves, the arena? Yo, Sea of Thieves PvP? That's a big announcement. I'm not even gonna lie. That's actually a pretty big announcement. Sea of Thieves PvP is crazy. I mean, the world itself is already sort of like PvP, but now you actually have an arena type style. I guess you can say.
How does that feel? It's pretty good, right?
Sounds like we've got some Sea of Thieves fans in here, right?
I guess you can say a playlist.
You've got 30 seconds.
Or a location.
Tell us all about Sea of Thieves and remind everyone how this amazing game works.
So Sea of Thieves is about living the pirate life, but better than that, you get to go on adventures with your friends in a game that we continue to evolve and continue to make with our community. And quite frankly, our community is one of the most incredible, creative, amazing, welcoming communities in gaming.
Can confirm. Absolutely.
I mean, let's break Arena down. So obviously it's a whole new way to play Sea of Thieves. What are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah, so the arena it's brand new coming to Sea of Thieves, and like you say, it's a completely new mode. So even from the front end, you're now going to be selecting either adventure or arena.
Okay, yeah.
And this, we want to have this as a platform to kind of build on and grow, like we have been with Sea of Thieves, the adventure mode. So really offering competition on demand to people. And so we want to start with this kind of treasure hunting kind of mode, basically. So you're competing against other crews for treasure, and it's kind of all the best bits of Sea of Thieves condensed down into a kind of shorter session, competition on demand. It's real crazy. Like, we're playing it at the studio at the moment. It's a lot of fun.
Everybody loves diamonds,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
Sorry,
right.
Simpsons
It's
reference.
like Sea of Thieves concentrated. I love that. Craig, when are we going to get a chance to play it?
So, as Joe mentioned, we're playing it in the studio at the moment. What we've learned through our journey of building Sea of Thieves, community feedback's really important to us. So, once we're happy with it internally, our next step is to get it into our Pioneers, which is our kind of internal, kind of community that we let play things early.
Right.
Once we get it into Pioneers, we're going to collect all that feedback, and then we'll really take time to work on that and then figure out when we're going to launch. As we said in the trailer, we said it's going to be early 2019. It's going to be a totally free update like everything else we've done with Sea of Thieves. But really, it's about building it with our community, getting that feedback. And as Joe said, it's a very different way to play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. So, Joe, what do you love most about the arena experience? What's your favourite thing about the arena experience?
What's my favourite thing about the arena?
Yeah.
I think it's the intensity. Like, your heart rate and everything feels so different.
I'm not gonna lie. The arena joint is interesting. It's definitely interesting in itself.
And like watching, the sunset and stuff. But this, you won't have the time to kind of stop and admire the sunset, because someone's going to be kind of competing with you, trying to get the treasure that you're getting, or you're going to be in a ship battle or something. So, it's intense. It's a heart rate, is what you feel.
Oh, mate. Can't wait to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, you guys are joining us for the panel tomorrow. Can you give us a little kind of sneaky peek what's going to be coming up in the panel?
Panel tomorrow?
Yeah, so we're doing a panel tomorrow where we've got more time. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you, Julia. We're going to talk a lot more about Sea of Thieves, about all the other updates, things we've done, some of the, I guess, hints of what's to come. And we're also going to talk about our update dropping in November.
Which is Shrouded Spoils. So we'll give a bit more information about what's coming in that tomorrow.
Amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
See
Thank
you
you.
tomorrow.
All right.
Mexico. Thank you, Mexico.
That's cool, man. Sea of Thieves deserves its respect. You know, it didn't start out well, but it's gotten to a point to where it's really picked up some steam. It's really turned into a really good
As
game.
much as this, it's a fighting game featuring the most popular anime characters from Bleach to Dragon Ball and Naruto. And if you love
Jump
anime,
Force
you'll
up next.
love fighting games. Jump Force is a dream come true. Now let's jet on down to Jeff for some Jump Force. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
I'm here now with Diego Paramillo. You're the Bandai Namco community manager here in Latin America. Now, Diego, Jump Force is one of those games whose very existence blew people away at E3. One of the loudest pops.
Yo,
Like,
playing
why do you
Jump
think
Force,
that
if you
is?
didn't get a chance to check out the stream that I did for Jump Force, I gotta say Jump Force is it's impressive. It plays well, it plays fast. Even for an arena game, I was impressed with how it plays.
Well, you know what? You didn't just come here with words. You came here with
You know,
video. Let's turn around on
I
this
didn't play
trailer
nobody
and let's
online,
look
but
at
just
some
playing against the
brand new
PC
world
was pretty
exclusive
dope.
Jump Force video.
Yes,
Tell us what
there
we're
you go.
seeing.
I'm gonna explain this a little bit. You can see our Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan transformation for Goku. That it's gonna be on the awakening part of the game, and it's just amazing. This when you press the RS button, you will get this super strength in Goku, and you can see now versus Freezer. It's just incredible. This is the Super Kamehameha, and it's gonna be
It's
amazing.
like a regular
I feel like all the
Kamehameha.
games in the Bandai series, all the fight with Dragon Ball
Yo,
Fighters,
Vegeta
or
fast.
even
Why
Naruto
he's so
just have
fast, bro?
crazy over the top effects, and this is like even a level above that.
This is up to a notch. Like, you can see there the galactic gun from Vegeta, and now this battle is just incredible.
Paris will never be the same.
No, I really like also the scenarios you can see here in Paris. It's just amazing. And this is one of my favorite parts.
Frieza.
This is Golden Frieza, that you've seen him in Dragon Ball Super, and it's gonna be playable like that in Jump Force. So the battles are gonna be just out of this world. Are gonna be such powerful battles between these characters that it's gonna be just awesome.
Yeah, we have no doubt. These teams just tend to really go over the top and do the manga and the anime justice.
Yes, I'm just so excited. The best thing for me for this game is that it's so easy to get into this fighting game because the controls are gonna be exactly the same for all characters, but all characters are gonna have different moves. So it's gonna be really easy to catch and very difficult to master.
Well, that's good because they don't have a whole lot more time to learn to master.
That's
There you go.
That's simple enough. Everybody has the same control scheme, but all the moves come out differently.
It's coming.
That's definitely unique.
So, just please jump first. Unite to fight. So we're gonna finish with a Genki Dama, everybody.
And you have something for people at home? There's a hashtag or something?
We have a hashtag right now. So please take your favorite picture around the Fan Fest and with the hashtag Jump Force Fan Fest. Just upload that picture and we're gonna give some surprises to you. We're gonna put them on our social media channels, the best ones, and after you give, I'm gonna give some surprises to everybody.
I think this guy, he brings
That's cool.
surprises, so you can trust he's got something for you. Now, coming up next,
Come on, XO, man. I'm about to get some coffee. I'm about to get some coffee, bro. I need more Microsoft. Come on, man. Step it up.
There's a reason I'm wearing this hat. I want to wish a very happy birthday to Xbox One X. Oh,
look, he's got his own
I got nervous for a second. I thought somebody was going to come out with white gloves. Hashtag no white gloves.
With hundreds of games that look stunning that are enhanced, like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Like someone here who actually brought his entire console just to play Red Dead Redemption 2 and also not come to dinner with us because he's playing the game.
You say that like there's anything wrong with that. I mean, once you're part of the Vanderlyn gang, you stick with it.
Oh, well, fine.
Oh, this is just beautiful. And you know what? Why don't we get this out to somebody? Oh, hey, you! I love this shirt. You've got the Mexico Gears Omen, got the hat, and now you have an Xbox One X. So please enjoy this. Yes.
Hey, bruh. They gave him an Xbox One X with no wires. No cords, no controllers. They're like, hey, man, go home and buy the parts. I want that Halo shirt, though. That Halo shirt is hot.
It just keeps getting better.
Woo, what's that? I thought that was Anthem. That's my game right there, man. I give Xbox credit for these little like hype commercials that they put together. They do a pretty good job when it comes to marketing their commercials. Their little hype commercials be kind of cool. Solid music selections and stuff like that kind of get you into whatever they're showing. State of Decay 2. I still haven't played this game. I downloaded it too. $4 million active players? Wow. Zed Hunter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, lock up your
I really do hope State of Decay turns out to be a franchise that Microsoft continues to support with larger income, bigger fan base. Like, I hope it really does turn out that way, man.
What's new with it?
So, Zed Hunter is a new free update.
Because,
coming
you know,
to
listen,
State of Decay 2.
it has
But
potential.
first and
I just feel
foremost,
like they
features
need to
crossbows.
invest
Crossbows,
way
new
more
weapons being added to
finances
the game.
into the game.
Crossbows are a great way to take out zombies from a distance quietly without bringing the whole neighborhood down on you. The crossbow bolts that you shoot, they'll stick in zombies, they'll stick in the environment. If they don't break, you can go and get
I got you,
them back.
Gene. You ain't
So
got to
it
worry
makes
about it.
it
I'll
really
be up.
easy to stay out in the field even longer.
So
We
far, the
got
show's been cool,
3
man. It's
new
all right.
super high melee weapons, 3
Obviously,
new
all
close
the hype
combat
was
weapons,
overhyped.
6 new
I
consumables,
think I said that
some of which
on the
are
last
based
Tick
on
podcast.
zombie
I
plague
said it was a bit
experiments, so
overhyped,
they
and
give
I
your
wanted to lower
survivors
people's
special
expectations.
abilities that,
I'm still,
for a short
I'm still
time,
waiting for them
for the
to
cost of
announce
some
this
blood plague
studio
accumulation,
purchase
they
of
let you do
Obsidian.
things
That's
like
all I
survivors can
need.
see in
That's
the
all I
dark,
need.
they are
2
harder
hours
for
of
zombies to detect.
2 hours
Alright,
of
well,
Game
you're talking a
Pass
lot
and
about
nonsense
survivors,
and
I have to ask this
interviews.
question.
I will pass all of
You know,
that
Daybreak came out and it
for
was
them
amazing
to announce
back
that
and
they
it's fun. I
purchased
wanna know with
Obsidian.
Zed Hunter,
That's all I want to
do
know.
get
They
to,
did that.
you know,
I'm
access
good.
this amazing
They
arsenal
they
that
got
you
it.
created?
They
This
did their
for
thing
those
at
of you that don't
XO18
know at
for
home,
me.
I'm
I said this
actually
on
in State of
last
Decay
week's
2, so
prediction
I'm
show.
super happy to hear
So
this, by the
hopefully
way.
they
Alright,
produce
so
that
what I
on
wanna
the
know is
reaction
how has the
show.
game
'Cause
evolved
if not,
since
man,
launch and what's
oh
changed?
my
So we've
God.
had a lot of content come out since launch. We had the Independence Pack come out pretty quickly right after launch.
We'll see.
We have a Daybreak, which you just mentioned, launched in September. We've had 4 title updates since the game launched with bug fixes, quality of life improvements, and a lot of content that we've added to the game.
All right. Now, they're obviously excited about that. And I know community is very important to you, so I want to know what role community plays in your development roadmap.
You know, we love our community. They love our game. They give us such great feedback and suggestions about what they would like to see in the game. One of the things that we've heard a lot is that people are looking for new ways to challenge themselves in State of Decay 2. So they asked for it. We're coming with an answer for it.
I was going to say, what's next?
What's next? So we've got a free update planned for early 2019.
All right.
That's going to allow players to experience new challenges, new ways of surviving with their communities. In 2019, you can experience that content with your existing communities, with your old communities, regardless. 2019, it's going to get a lot harder to survive in the apocalypse.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
I got one more sneaky
do
thing.
your thing. What?
All right, so we're not going to say a whole lot about it, but we've got something special planned. We want fans to be ready to return to Trumbull Valley in 2019. Go check out State of Decay.
All right. Well, there it is.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
So
everybody.
Richard, thank you much. All right. Well, now, how about a world premiere where you surf on top of cars and tornadoes? Check it out.
Hello, I'm Billy from Mexico City, and I need to know more about Just Cause 4.
Bro, they mad hype for Just Cause, bro.
Rico, you can't ignore what's going on here. We need your help.
You know, I give Just Cause a lot of credit for surviving this long. Not to say it's a bad game, it just never felt like my kind of game. And I remember when the first one came out, I looked at it like it was like a low budget title. And the second one came out and I was like, man, this thing is still around. And the third one came and I was like, yo, this game must be a hit. You know what I'm saying? And just hearing that crowd cheer, man, it lets you know that having people that sound like you or look like you, it's important, man. It really is. And that crowd probably really love Just Cause. And there's a lot of people out there who just love the feel of it, the action, the destruction. It's dope, man. And that's a cool thing about games. It's not just about the characters and what they sound like and what they look like, but is it a good game? And apparently, Just Cause must be a good game for it to be on this 4th title. So, really, really, really cool to see that this game is still going on all this time, and it's as successful as it's been. It's like they take the most absurd situations to put them in games. And
Are you kidding me?
You like what you
crazy.
see?
Francesco, that's amazing. Allow me to introduce Francesco Antolini from Square Enix.
Hello, guys.
And he is going to attempt to tell us what we just saw. Welcome.
You saw madness, chaos, destruction, creativity, awesomeness. That's
All
what you
rolled
saw.
into a tornado.
Yeah.
Now, the Just Cause series has set a high bar for crazy, insane action. How does the new one compare?
Just keep that bar, it breaks it, and they put even higher.
Right. I mean,
I don't know, man. I just feel like
every game, I'm like, I can do that.
XO18. Listen, I already have my expectations low, so I wasn't hyped for it. I know a lot of fans out there and a lot of gamers out there were hyped for it. I know exactly what this show was going to be. That's exactly what I said it was going to be last week. But for what they're doing, man, it's cool, man. I'm happy for them doing the show out there in Mexico City. I hope they bring it to Florida and New York and all these other locations. I think it's cool, man, because you got to be able to expand your reach. You know what I'm saying? Especially across the states, because E3 is always on the West Coast. Some people can't make it to E3 all the time. Over there in the LA Coliseum, so it's cool to have an XO18 and bring it someplace else. That's pretty cool.
Each weapon comes with a secondary fire.
Right.
Sometimes it's obvious, like an assault rifle as a grenade.
Sure.
Sometimes it's a little bit more crazy, like your sniper rifle as a homing rocket, right?
Which is
Makes
perfect.
sense.
Game was good though, graphically. Wow. It is impressive.
Why? And he says, because, just cause. That looks fantastic. Now the game, it's really grown over the past few years. And tell me about the evolution of what you've seen gamers want.
Yeah, exactly that. Actually, with Just Cause 3, we did this little experiment of having the retractability controllable on the grappling hook.
Right.
And that was part of, overall evolution of the grappling hook. Just Cause 1, just a tool. Just Cause 2, you move around. Just Cause 3, this a great traversal with wingsuit, parachute, and the grappling hook. And we said, what if we give player the ability to interact with the
Just Cause needs to come to Game Pass.
They went nuts with it, and that's why we
it definitely needs to. This is a Game Pass game if I've ever seen one. If I haven't seen a game that belongs on Game Pass, is this game.
Because that's the way you roll.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. I mean, this looks amazing. It's so there's a lot more vehicles and a lot more.
They announced this on Game Pass. That'd be
tell us a little bit about some of the new vehicles.
That would be huge.
A lot. We have, for example, a complete new class of vehicles.
He just had a bolt fall from a container. What is happening? What is happening in this game? It's like you buy a box of sea monkeys and the sea monkeys just grow in water. It was like a tank just grew in water, bro.
Actually punch things
down. Such waste.
Mentality.
Right. So what I've noticed in the Just Cause universe is every tool has multiple things you can do with it, right?
Your imagination is your limit. What we say, our motto is, if you think you can pull that off, then you should be able to pull it off.
Yeah, it's very cinematic. We're seeing now. We see in the distance here. We see the tornado. Tell us about the tornado.
You saw it in the distance because the tornado is not freaking part of just a mission, right?
Right.
In pure Just Cause spirit, the tornado and each other extreme weather event, it's actually roaming the world. It's always there for you. Say lure black hand in it and play with it. You can trap a tornado using wind cannons and so on. It was an extremely high challenge, both from a design.
This game is creative. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm
the
impressed, actually.
Now,
I'm impressed with Just Cause 4. That's impressive, man. Just from a gameplay standpoint, that is impressive.
To control your way around.
Right. You gotta. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait. Thanks, Francesco, so much for coming by.
Thanks, guys.
That was impressive.
Xbox One X Enhanced Just Cause 4 on December 4th. It makes a terrific gift for the adrenaline junkie.
But that game deserves to be on Game
Pass.
They should start putting Just Causes on Game Pass.
The most important part is giving to others. Let's see how you can be part of the giving back for the holidays.
That's how. Okay. Oh yeah, I get to run through this.
All right, I'm really excited to tell you about this. So earlier, Phil Spencer talked about gaming being the great unifier. We see it all around us here at FanFest. Gaming brings us together like all of these amazing fans right here. Now, that's right. we want to tell you about a way that you can be part of that unifying force and do some good in the process.
So beginning today, we're proud to announce Give with Xbox. Starting right now and through to December the 9th, we're asking you to post those photos on social media and share with us what gaming together means to you. Use the hashtag #GiveWithXbox. For every tagged photo, Xbox is going to donate $5 worth of Xbox products and services up to $1 million.
That's right. I've got the head for Dr. Evil as well.
You should have done that.
I'm reading the comments from TF God. Nah, man, listen. If you didn't hear the prediction show last week, everybody else had some crazy, out of control predictions, and I came out and I kept it 100. Like, yo, I just don't expect all these things to happen. I'm not mad at all. I just want to hear this Obsidian announcement. That's all I really care about, because I knew that once I figured out that XO18 wasn't going to be this big showcase event, or like a little mini PSX or something like that, like you know, like a little mini E3, and it was going to be basically like inside Xbox. I was just like, oh nah, that's a wrap. Like any other thought that I would have had has gone out the window. It's not to say that the show is a bad show for inside Xbox, but you got a lot of fans out there that was really hyping everything about XO18, and I think that what I really wanted out of this show was to see a roadmap of what they would be showing going forward for the next 6 months, which is what we sort of talked about on the show a few times. Overall, though, we aren't getting that, but we are seeing a bunch of good third-party games coming to Game Pass. It's solid. I'm not impressed with the show at all. I don't think that is E3. I don't think it's as good as E3. It's much better than Gamescom. I can tell you that much. But what I will say is that the show's not over. If they show something that we haven't seen, whether it's a new IP or some crazy surprise, that would be great. As of right now, man, I said this last week, the only thing I care about is hearing about this new studio, because then it makes me know that Microsoft has continued to invest in bringing more quality first-party studios going forward into the next generation. With next generation being like 2 years away, Microsoft can have these things rolling, and that's important for me as an Xbox gamer. I'm already happy to continue with what Xbox is producing, so I have nothing to be upset about. And that just goes to show from what they've been showing already. I just want to make sure that when the next platform and the next generation starts, that we can expect some big quality titles coming. So that's what I'm more hyped about, more than anything.
I think we owe this crowd some more Game Pass announcements.
Yeah.
Some games for free, right? Yeah.
I think so.
All right, good call, Julia. Let's keep the giving going with some more great Xbox Game Pass games. How many are we up to now? We got PUBG, Void Bastards, Hellblade, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I mean, first of all, that's the 5 best Game Pass games of all time, but what am I forgetting?
Thief of Thieves.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
It makes
all right,
sense.
That's six coming to Xbox Game Pass. I would do my count impersonation, but it's not that good.
It's a bit of a deep cut anyway. Now on with the count. 7, Kingdom 2 Crowns. Now this game, if you want to get ready for that, Kingdom New Lands is actually available right now on Xbox Game Pass. We're just going to keep you going with that series. 8, Aftercharge. And 9, I love this name. I know you love this name. Supermarket Shriek.
I mean, what I love about it more, I mean, we'll talk about
Kingdoms.
that
Listen, that Kingdom 2 Crowns. Kingdoms is actually a pretty cool game. It's an interesting game.
You're basically,
if you haven't played it, you should definitely check it out.
Villagers to help you build up and defend your kind of home area. Love it. I played it. I had to riff on it. I apologize.
Yeah, please, this is why you're here. And don't forget, Kingdom 2 Crowns hits in mid-December.
All right, now Aftercharge is a 3-on-3 multiplayer game in which the enemy is invisible. I love the Dago kind of like surreal art style. Yeah, how do you do that? How do you find an enemy that's invisible? But it looks really different. Now, Aftercharge arrives in January 2019.
And you're going to be all covered with Game Pass. And Supermarket Shriek, it looks like it's just a blast to play. You and your goat?
Not the greatest of all time.
There's a lot of goat
This
games
is what
out
we
there.
doing. This is what we announcing.
You yell to propel your
This is what we announcing. This is what we doing on XO18, bro.
Anyway, it's coming in 2019.
What is that, a deer? Is that a deer?
You get a goat, you get
That's a goat.
I love that when it happens. Now remember, if you haven't
It
tried
joined
XO18
today?
yet,
Is
you can
is
get
it
your
is
first
it on there
month for
today?
just $1. And
Jesus
there's going to be
Christ.
I buy that for $1 reference somewhere. Somewhere. We knew it
You're
was
really
coming.
just going. It's free association, and the good part is there's an equivalent deal in like 40 countries.
Now
It's
you
just really
asked who would do something like that with Supermarket Shriek, but you know it freaks me out in a good way. But I know who it is, right? It's Swery, yeah. It's Swery.
We
who
know
does that
Swery,
game. All right.
definitely. Yeah.
Now, in just a moment, this guy here,
Oh,
Jeff,
no,
is
it's
going to
Graham.
run up on
Graham,
stage,
actually, yeah.
by Helen Chang, studio head of Minecraft. But first, Devil May Cry 5 made waves at E3 with its commitment to returning the franchise's roots with slick, stylish action. Now,
Devil
we
May
had a
Cry
chance to
5
meet the
was
legend
fire.
behind Devil May Cry 5's electric
Let me see
rebirth
some new
and get a
gameplay,
sneak
please.
peek at some new jaw-dropping abilities in the process.
Remember us? You saw us at E3 in Los Angeles when we announced the release of Devil May Cry 5.
DMC is back!
Devil May Cry
Then we
5
did a
was
deeper
hot.
dive into what this game is all about at Gamescom in Germany.
The Devil Breakers are the new system for Nero, and there's all kinds of different moves that you could do with the Devil Breakers that you couldn't do before in Devil May Cry 4.
And now, we want to bring you to our backyard in Osaka, Japan, where we plan to show you some features that the public has heard about, but never seen. We're also going to get inside the mind of the brilliant man behind the game, Itano-san. Since coming to Capcom in 1994, he's been the driving force behind some of our most beloved series. Games like Street Fighter Alpha, Star Gladiator, Rival Schools. And Itano is known for applying that fighting game knowledge to the action-adventure genre, with games like Dragon's Dogma and, of course, Devil May Cry. But first, we're hanging out in Osaka. It's known as a city that's highly supportive of the arts, so it's no surprise that Capcom's Osaka-based headquarters is like a magnet, attracting a talent pool of highly creative people. Speaking of creative, we're meeting some colleagues from Capcom at a local izakaya. Itano-san likes to encourage colleagues to exchange ideas and think outside the box. Gatherings like this are an example of how that's fostered at Capcom. And Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah,
is
I agree,
evidence
man.
that his approach is
It's
working.
clear
Which is why I
Microsoft look like
can't
they
wait
got
to
some
showcase
stuff,
some
man.
features that the
They're
public
trying
hasn't
to
seen.
hold everything back. They don't want to announce anything or show anything big.
When
That's
you
why I
enter
was
the
like,
Capcom Studios,
you
it's
know, I
obvious
listen
that it's all
to
about
B Money,
gaming.
I listen
On this
to
bustling floor,
Sam, I listen to
Itano-san works
Delilah,
alongside his
and
and sometimes
you know, everybody was hyped for the show,
For
man.
gamers who aren't
I
familiar
just
with the
felt
Devil May
like
Cry series,
we just
they
wasn't
nailed
going to
the
get
game
those
style.
things. Now, it's
It's
not
a
to say
combat-heavy game
that
where
we
players
won't
are
see
rewarded by
something
stringing
by
up
the end of the show,
stylized
but
attacks while avoiding
yeah, a
damage.
lot of the stuff
Varying
is
up your
surprising.
attacks
They
is
really
key
could have
to
did
raising your
something
style.
special, like the whole banjo thing, 25th anniversary. They could have done something with that. Show's not over. I don't know if they'll show it or not, if they'll do anything with that
As
at
we
all.
discussed Devil
But
May Cry,
as of right
Itano-san
now,
lets me know
it's
that
a
his
bit
priority is to create action
it's a
adventure
miss.
games that are
It's a miss
tighter,
in my opinion.
more
But
challenging,
Devil May Cry,
more
oh my
hardcore.
God, son.
And that's exactly what Devil
This
May Cry
game
5
looks
is.
insane.
Which is why his team created The Void, which is what we're here to showcase. The Void is a place where players can experiment with enemies, weapons, moves, and combos.
Bruh, they put
It's a place where someone
that's
who's
hot.
new to
I'm not
the
gonna
game
lie.
can gain
So like you know how
mastery,
you play fighting
or where
games and
DMC
you can
fans
practice.
perfect their
Basically,
techniques
they're
and
allowing
hone their
you to
style.
go into
Another
this
cool
void
thing about
area
the
that
Void
allows
is
you
that
to
it gives
practice
you
your
options.
moves and your combos
Turn
against
your enemies' damage
actual
off
enemies.
To practice combos for prolonged
That's
periods of
hot.
time.
That's
With
hot.
damage
I'm not gonna
on,
lie.
You can see how much damage.
So you don't
different
have to go
moves
into the game and
combos
try to
inflict.
do something and constantly keep getting killed.
It's all
Plus, you
for
get
the
to see enemy tendencies and you
And
can
of
learn their
course,
tendencies, so you
there are
don't
the
have to
Devil
get wrecked.
Breakers.
Yeah, that's dope. Devil May Cry 5 about to be
Itano
fire.
shows me the unlimited Devil Breakers option, allowing you to practice without losing your Devil Breaker. He also says there will be different Devil Breaker loadouts that you could preset, and then you'll be able to switch between them on the fly. And to top things off, there's a deluxe collection of Devil Breakers. First up, the Gerbera GP01. If you're already familiar with the game, you know the standard Gerbera uses shockwaves to repel projectiles and send the enemy flying. The Gerbera GP01 takes away the ability to repel projectiles, but it adds movement options. You can make Nero shoot up into the air, or if he's already in the air, he'll shoot down to the ground. Next, the Pasta Breaker. Why pasta? Itsuno-san was thinking, what if Nico, that's her, was just cobbling something together with stuff she had lying around. She saw this fork, she's thinking, he needs to eat, and so the pasta breaker was born. And even though it's not much of a fighting tool, this is the only devil breaker that allows you to cycle your remaining devil breakers. So it could be of help strategically. For the next one, Itsuno-san takes us out of the void and into gameplay. Meet Sweet Surrender. It's the only devil breaker that has the ability to heal. You can see it healing while in battle. If you pull off a break age move, you can recover 3 bars of health instantaneously while surrendering Sweet Surrender. And now, Itsuno-san takes us back to the void for the Mega Buster.
Bruh.
This devil breaker was inspired by Mega Man.
What?
Itsuno-san figured, if Nero can change his arms, it's almost a given that we should have Mega Man's arm in the game.
Bruh, this is hot.
Itsuno-san shows us how Nero's poses and
This is
animations
fire.
change when he has the Mega Buster equipped as a kind of nod to Mega Man. The way he jumps, the way he runs, even his evade turns into Mega Man's slide.
This is one of the things I love about Japanese game developers is they put all this love into really fine details.
So there you have it, the Void. A place where you can experiment, practice your combos, learn the enemy patterns, and
Yeah, I'm
hone
not
your
gonna lie.
skills to take on
That
Itsuno-san's challenge
the
of tackling
the
his
whole
idea
arm makes
of
Nero
seriously
such
hardcore
a
game.
character that you probably should play with over anybody else. Like, I'm a Dante fanboy, so I would want to play as Dante. But the fact that he's got that Devil Breaker, the amount of combos and things you could do with that arm in combination with the game and like your fighting styles, bruh, forget it. I'm gonna wind up playing as Nero. There's just too much experimentation to make the game awesome.
What about those weapons, the Pasta Breaker? I love the Pasta Breaker. And remember, you'll see a lot more news on Devil May Cry 5 at the Game Awards on December the 6th, so be sure to tune in there. Jeff Keighley, that was just for you, mate. I got you. Right now, we're thrilled to be joined by Helen Chang, studio head of Minecraft, as well as John and Gonzalo from Pixelheads to discuss Minecraft Marketplace and more. Welcome, Helen. Now, you're a veteran Xboxer, right? But this is the very first time we've had you on Xbox, inside Xbox. And what a time to make your debut. So welcome.
Thanks, Graham, and hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here in Mexico City. Before I took my role leading the Minecraft studio, I've been lucky enough to work on Xbox for many, many years. And I love coming out to see the community and feeling the passion from our fans.
And there's a lot of passion in this room today. I can feel it. So, Helen, you have a dream job, right? How has it been going so far?
Well, 2018 has been a huge year for Minecraft. Last month, we announced a new record for Minecraft. 91 million people playing Minecraft every month.
91 million
So
people.
we're really excited about that continued
That's
growth
insane.
leading into our 10-year
That's
anniversary.
insane.
But we know even with that growth that we can't stand
Microsoft
still. We are always
struck
looking at
gold
ways to
picking
grow
up this
Minecraft.
franchise.
And so at Minecon Earth, we previewed Minecraft Dungeons, our next new game.
That's right, yeah. Minecraft Dungeons, what do you think? I'm so excited about it. I loved it when I saw the video for Minecraft Dungeons, but just please set my mind at ease. Just because you're working on other games within the Minecraft universe, you'll still be updating Minecraft itself, right?
Of course,
Of course you are, yes.
Not only are we bringing an update in the spring to the Minecraft villages, but we're also releasing new content on the Minecraft Marketplace every single week. So our community is incredibly creative, and through the Minecraft Marketplace, we've been able to change their,
This is
empower
hilarious.
their love of creation into a career.
That's right.
And so today, we're really excited to have Pixel Heads here on the stage with us to share their experience.
All right, everybody give up for John and Gonzalo from Pixelheads. Welcome. Thank you. Now tell us, how did you two start working together and what kind of things do you do in Pixelheads?
I always love to play Minecraft, so I feel like something's missing. I need to expand and create more.
Right.
So I started to make mods, I create a bunch of different creatures like dinosaurs, lions, elephants, even Godzilla. Then I need a way to share all my creations, so I found John.
Yeah, so I met Gonzalo. I created a website some years ago called, and through my website I met Gonzalo. He submitted the best content, so when the marketplace was announced, it was obvious I had to team up with him.
Right.
And we created Pixel Heads, and so far...
You know how you know people are gamers?
He's in Argentina,
and like
I'm in
developers.
Sweden, and it's been going really good.
This is one of the things
This
I love
is
so much
probably
about Minecraft
real
is that it
awkward
brings
and
people
being
together
like
all
like
around
a
the
lot of
world
times
in this
developers
amazing community.
and some
Now,
gamers
John,
are
you've
real
got
like
some brand new stuff
introverts
that came out
and
just
real awkward
an
in
hour
public
ago,
and
right?
hard
Tell
to
us about
talk
that.
and stuff,
It's called
especially in
Luxury Life,
front of
and
such a
it's
large
really
crowd.
cool world
I'm
where
sure
you
that
can
it has to do
explore
with
mansions,
their
drive speed,
English probably being their second language more than anything. But it's pretty
and
crazy.
you can fly helicopters, airplanes, decorate your own mansions. So we are very excited to finally release it, and I hope you guys will play it as well.
Awesome. Okay.
Uh-oh. Something happened to the stream. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Game update coming. Cats and pandas!
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the video.
This story begins like most classics, with sleeping animals, on the brink of a feud that would last centuries. Panda, ruler of the bamboo forest, and Cat, ad hoc leader of the meh-whatever tribe, locked in serious slumber. A nap off the likes of which had never been seen. And Cat, to the winner, ad hoc leader of the meh-whatever tribe, exiled in serious slumber. A nap off the likes of which had never been seen. To the winner, the jungle. To the loser, exile. The two had been napping for an extraordinarily long time, when, at the very same moment that the sun began to rise, so did two pairs of opposing eyelids. It was impossibly, contestably,
for half a
closer
second.
than close.
Glad I was able to
But the sheep called the nap
recapture
off
that.
for the pandas, which didn't sit well with the cats, who accused the pandas of going into hibernation mode, not nap mode. The feud was on. As time passed, they kept their distance. Pandas stayed in their jungles, while cats spent most of their time meandering in alleyways, starring in internet videos, and sneaking into places disguised as ocelots. As their disdain for each other grew, so did their adoration among humans. So much so, players of Minecraft requested both cats and pandas in the game. As one cat and panda expert prone to overly dramatic puns put it, that would not only be a catastrophe, that would be pandemonium. Over the centuries, many summits were held in hopes of building a bridge of peace between cat and panda communities. There was the August Accord that wasn't, and the Burley Brawl in Belize that was best left behind. Everything changed one fateful day in Winnipeg. The Paws and Claws Summit was the tipping point. The tension in the room was tense. As the saying goes, one meow could be the bamboo stalk that broke the panda's back.
Bro, what am I watching right now?
Something
Oh my god. I know Minecraft
An
is
angel
huge.
of arbitration
but
appeared
Jesus.
with the stickered laptop. She was a game developer, there to show them a world where cats and pandas could co-purr and co-growl in harmony. She showed them something long lost to the annals of ancient cat and panda folklore, a world where furballs big and small rolled and cajoled, and naps were napped for pleasure, not for dominance. This world
Here's my thing. Like, I
was
can't.
Minecraft.
I'm not a Minecraft guy.
Except for my narration.
So, as
Then
bad
the
as I
revising
want to
sound
just
of a meow
like
and growl that
bypass
hadn't been
this
meowed
this
and growled for hundreds of years.
you know, this part
Two
of the
blocky
show
light
and
bulbs went
skip
off
on
at
to
the
the
same
next
time.
thing and get into
Cats
something
and
that I'm
pandas can
into.
coexist in
I
Minecraft.
can't knock this when there's
coexist
91
anywhere.
people who bought this game. There's 91 people who have this game. They have a right to promote their next set of DLC or whatever it is that they are bringing to the game. So I can't knock it. All right, Game Pass, what you got for me, man? Please put something decent on this thing. So far, I haven't been impressed with much. It was really hyping it up on Twitter, and I haven't really been impressed with anything they put on there so far. I mean, there's things that I'm impressed with as far as game is concerned, because I already know about those games like Ori, stuff like that, the exclusive stuff. But third-party wise, I haven't seen anything that's really like, oh my god, I gotta hop on it.
Game Pass titles to announce. How many have you announced so far?
I'm no good at maths. Why would you put me on the spot like that?
Well, I mean, that's what I do. I've got 10 fingers, and I'm proud to tell you it's 9. I can't count.
We've got another batch of games. So number 10 is Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. Number 11 is
Okay, Mutant Year Zero's on there?
Dirty Dozen, and
Wow,
13 is
that's
the good
impressive,
one.
bruh.
So Mutant Year Zero takes place in a post-apocalyptic, nearly post-human world, which sounds a little bit like my
Yo, now that's a game I'm shocked that's on
you
there.
control a team of mutants.
I've been following this game for a minute, and I'm definitely gonna have to probably pick this up.
Coming in December. Got some XCOM vibes for me.
Here comes
I
my
played this
daughter.
at PAX West. It was literally my favorite thing I played at PAX West.
Oh, nice.
This is a talking duck. Like, who doesn't want to use a talking duck?
Sold.
Exactly. Pathologic 2 now. Now, this is an open-world survival thriller featuring the plague. Everybody loves the plague, right?
Do they, though?
You've got to solve the mystery of your father's death.
Okay.
Plague might have something to do with it.
All right.
Find your sister and, stay alive.
That's a lot to deal with.
It is a lot to deal with, but hey, we don't have a release date yet, but when we do, just know it will be available on Xbox Game Pass on release day.
Well, of course. Secret Neighbor, a multiplayer social horror game set in the Hello Neighbor universe. Secret Neighbor will come to Game Pass when it releases. Of course it will.
Of course it will.
Yo, that's hot. I'm not even gonna lie.
And finally,
I would play
The Good
that.
Life. Now, this is a game.
Okay.
You're gonna have to stay with me here.
Okay,
It's
okay.
about a photographer living in a charming village and
sounds
hating
nice.
it. What
Yo, the
she's
Secret
gotta
Life is coming to
earn
Game
enough money to
Pass?
get out of debt and back to
Okay,
New York.
Swery.
There's a
That's
twist.
Swery's
There's always a
game.
twist. At night, the villagers turn into dogs and cats.
That feels like there was a decision at like 3 a.m. that put those things together.
I'm actually impressed with this little lineup that they got going on. They got Swery's new game on there. You know who Swery is? Swery is the guy who made D4 early in the generation for the Kinect. That's his new game, and then you also have that Mutant Year Zero game that's coming. I'm pretty impressed. That's pretty cool.
Be my Xbox, and we're fans of Tomb Raider.
All right, Tomb Raider DLC about to hit. Give me half a second. I'm going to get my daughter out of here.
Something here in the paper. You can barely see it. I think it's a secret message. Does this place on the map mean anything to you?
The Inca cross. It represents the 3 levels of existence.
It was a forge, but something more as well.
Finally, it's mouse and keyboard time. Last month, we announced that developers will be able to add mouse and keyboard support if they choose to. Of course, you asked what games will be supporting the feature, and we've got 14 titles to announce right now. So let's kick it off with Bomber Crew. War has never been so cute.
Warface is free to play now, and since it's from Crytek, you know it looks good.
How about Children of Morta? This roguelike was a hit at GDC and is coming to Xbox One.
Another game we saw at GDC coming to Xbox One is Minion Master. We're looking forward to this one.
Oh, it's so good. Next up, we've got DayZ. Now, this shooter, it's already enhanced for Xbox One X.
And getting enhanced for keyboard and mouse support. Warframe going strong after 4 years, and man, they just keep improving it.
Strange Brigade. This is a personal favorite.
Yo,
of Jeff
Strange
mine.
Brigade?
We love this co-op shooter.
It's coming to Game
Next,
Pass?
discovered keyboard and mouse support. Deep Rock Galactic,
Oh, that's
the
keyboard and
4-player
mouse
cooperative game, is an Xbox Play Anywhere title.
Warhammer Vermintide 2. Great co-op action in the Warhammer universe.
And Moonlighter, an RPG.
Yo, Moonlighter's
you
hot.
Visit the shopkeeper.
If you haven't played Moonlighter, pick it up. It's fire.
Wargroove. Looking forward to this colorful strategy game launching. I know you are.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Advanced Wars, which is one of my all-time favorites. Vigor, we announced this at E3. This is a survival shooter that's currently an Xbox game preview, and we know it'll work with keyboard and mouse support.
Next up, we've got War Thunder. This
Yo, God,
just
here's the thing.
play on Xbox
It
One.
doesn't have to be a big game. Games just have to be good games. I don't know why everything has got to be so big and AAA all the time. A lot of times you get great games that come in AA packages or indie packages. You know how many games I would have missed and been disappointed with if I just would have relied on just looking at big AAA titles? I don't expect that from this show. I knew this show wasn't going to have it, so it's not something that I was expecting. But yeah, Mutant Year Zero is a big title for an indie game. I was actually looking forward to that game. I was following it for some time, and I'm actually surprised it's going to be on Game Pass. Those are some really good games, and like I don't know why you're like sort of downplaying that. You should definitely try those games out. If you haven't, you just really missing out on some really good quality titles.
This lands later this week, so hop in and try it out. Until next time, enjoy Season 6.
It's always great to have Mooney on the show talking about Fortnite and awesome news for Fortnite fans. Are you going to do a dance?
That was just my emote.
Okay. And we can confirm that Fortnite and many other games will enable mouse and keyboard support on Wednesday, November 14th.
That's next week.
It sure is. Now, the games are exciting, but I'm also fired up about the hardware.
As usual, yeah.
Of course, you can take your standard USB keyboard and mouse, plug it in, and have it work. But it's my pleasure to announce today that Razer is our exclusive partner for design for Xbox mice and keyboards. That means they're designed from the ground up for gaming on Xbox One and Windows 10.
Microsoft partner with Razer. That's
they
cool.
support our new dynamic lighting feature.
This is a pretty cool feature. So the way it works is it allows developers to build keyboard and lighting effects directly into their games. In fact, two of the games we just mentioned, X-Morph Defense and Warhammer Vermintide 2, are implementing Xbox dynamic lighting, and we expect many more to enable this feature. So how's it work?
Yep.
So for example, imagine someone in your party is downed in Vermintide 2. This happens a lot.
Yep.
So your keyboard could flash red to alert you. Likewise, X-Morph could represent health bars by lighting up a row of different keys. How cool would that be?
That is very cool.
Check out this from your good friend Min at Razer.
Hi, I'm Min, CEO of Razer. We are the global leaders in gaming keyboards and mice. And today, we're working
Microsoft partner
closely
with Razer is
together
pretty cool.
with the Xbox team to bring our expertise to the Xbox One console. And here's what makes it really special. It's the world's first wireless mechanical keyboard and mouse designed from the ground up for the Xbox One and Windows PCs to reinvent gaming on the couch. We'll share all the details with you in January at CES. Stay tuned.
There you have it, mouse and keyboard fans. Happy holidays! In a minute, things are going to get rad with Chris Charla and all things ID at Xbox. But first, here's a pre-order worthy of putting on your holiday wish list. The
New
Metro
studio
Exodus
announcements.
Summer
Let's
Collector's
go.
Edition.
Coming up. That's all I care about, bro. That's all I'm hyped for, son. Thank you. At least I know it's coming. Microsoft needs to buy the studio. They need to buy the Exodus studio. Man, what are they called? Something with an A. Oh my God, what's the name of that studio? I can't remember, but they need to pick these guys up. That Metro Exodus series is a really solid series. And Microsoft clearly has a large fan base who love shooters, especially in the US. That's exclusively. Water bundle.
Heroes of Xbox Game Pass. The gamers are at the gates, ready to put you through your paces. Friends, Spartans, countrymen, what say you?
Who are you? Oh, I'm just a fan. Okay.
Play over 100 great games with Xbox Game Pass.
Tatum, you can see they're having a
Is this a commercial? Is they just running commercial on Inside Xbox for NBA Street? I could have sworn I saw this earlier. Or what is it called? NBA something. It's like NBA Jam. NBA 2K Playgrounds, that's what it's called. That should come to Game Pass.
All right. Who's ready for ID at Xbox? I'm excited to be joined by Chris Charla. Well, first of all, because you're awesome, but even more excited, Chris, because you're always, you're dealing with some truly imaginative, fearless developers doing really interesting work. So first of all, welcome. Thanks for being here.
TF Guy says, I am an Xbox fan, but I know Sony is not going to get on stage at PSX and hype brothers up like it's some huge thing. Sony's not getting on stage hyping up Critter Crunch. Only on Xbox doing that.
4 billion hours of gameplay of games from amazing independent developers from around the world.
Listen.
It's ridiculous. All right,
I get it. But that's what they gotta do. You gotta market your product, bro. You doing what you're supposed to do. Sony, yo, you can't act like Sony didn't try to do this, bro. You can't act like Sony didn't try to do this back in the day when they was pumping out all them indie games. It's just y'all don't remember. I remember. I never forget. I remember when Sony was pumping up all these indie games and all this stuff like that. That was like, what? This is what they got? And PlayStation fanboys was hype on it like it was the second coming. Oh, PlayStation's got 1,000 indie games already, and Xbox only got 200. I was there, so I'll never forget. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, oh my God, all of a sudden indie games ain't what it used to be.
You know
what I'm saying?
Let's do Sable.
So Sable is.
But this presentation is definitely for Game Pass.
Incredibly beautiful. The sort of
this game, I can't wait to get my hands on this game. This game looks so impressive. It's one of the games that I'm so hyped for from Idea Xbox. This and Tunic. Look at this game, bro. Oh my God.
All right, okay.
Looks like a straight cartoon.
We mentioned Sable.
Made by like the Hanna-Barbera people.
That's the one I wanted to hear about. That's why I said
it. About Ooblets. But what's really cool about Ooblets is it's just 2 developers, just a couple working up in New Hampshire in the U.S.
Shout out to my man Chris Charla. I'm trying to get Chris on the show before the end of the year.
You can follow him on Patreon or just on Twitter, see everything that's going on. And it's a beautiful game, super cute, super cozy. And one of the things I think is coolest about it is it just made this design decision. You raise your Ooblets and you used to fight them. And now they've made this design decision. They don't want to fight. So now they have the Ooblets compete in dance-offs. And that's the combat. It's like just dancing. And if you've ever seen the game, it's got a lot of dancing in it. It's just super fun. It's just a beautiful, beautiful game.
That's a wonderful
Can't wait
adaptation.
For that to come out.
All right, last but not least, Tunic, yes?
Tunic, let's go. Yo, this game is like so dope.
Solo developer, Andrew, aka Dicey,
it's like Zelda.
Is doing everything: art, programming, animation. I mean, you look at this game and it's like, it's hard to believe this is done by one person. And to me, this just speaks to the kind of democratization of game development
I
that's
can't wait
happened
to
in
play.
the
This is
independent
my
community
type
over
of
the last
game.
few years.
It
where now
reminds me of
it's not so
Mario
much about, like, can
RPG.
you
This is how
program and
Mario
everything like that. It's
RPG
like,
used to
how
play.
good
We
is
used
your
to have
idea?
like that
How hard are you
that
willing to
3/4
work to
view and
implement
then
that
the
idea?
background
And
be
now, like,
all
a
black.
single
Oh man,
creator
it's so
can
dope.
implement
Reminds
something
me
like
of it.
this,
I
which
got
is
mad
just
nostalgic
super
just
special,
thinking
super
about Mario
magical.
RPG on the SNES.
Beautiful action RPG. Cannot wait for people to get to try it.
All right, that sounds good. So we knocked out the 4 games that we were talking about from E3. This is what I want to know. Great things in ID at Xbox. But what do you got in store for me this holiday season?
Well, I will say that there are a lot of
Ashen
long-awaited games
and
coming
below.
to, Xbox.
Let's
creators
go.
who work with the ID at Xbox program this holiday. And in fact, there's so many good games coming this December that we're bringing back. We're kind of reaching into the past, going a little bit retro, and bringing back one of our famous promotions, twisting it up a little bit. But this December, Winter of Arcade will be coming to Xbox.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take Winter of Arcade.
Okay. Winter of Arcade.
We're gonna
Let's see.
several games available in Winter of Arcade, and what's really cool, we want everybody to play all these. If you get more than one game, there's going to starts to be some things that really incentivize you and are pretty nice incentives. So
All right.
we're stoked about
so
it.
Winter of Arcade is coming. I mean, do you guys want to know the games? I left it on you to be the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy. We do know what the games are. Unfortunately, we can't say what they are right now, but please, check out the Game Awards on December 6th, and we'll have a lot more to talk about.
It's going to be on the Game Awards.
All right,
Okay,
well, sounds
all
great,
right.
Chris. Thank you so much for joining us.
No
And don't
action,
forget,
no
everyone,
below
that the Game Awards
announcements.
are
So
on
far,
December
not
6th,
good.
So tune in and get ready
Come on,
for
man.
the
We
Winter
need
of
release
Arcade
dates. I
reveal.
mean, why we got to
Now,
wait till the
let's go to
Game
Julia
Awards
for
to
a
hear
couple
about
of world
Ashen and
premieres
Below?
from a little
This don't make
franchise.
no
I
sense.
think it's called Forza, right? Julia, it's Forza. You wouldn't know how to pronounce it.
Oh my goodness, don't get me started.
Forza
on the whole
Horizon
Forza
4.
thing.
They're probably going to show the
As
Hot
you know,
Wheels
it is
joint
a
and maybe like some Fast and
deal. It's
Furious
one of the
or
highest
something
growing
like
video
that.
game franchises.
I mean, what else
And
can you
it's
do
got
with the
11
game? It's
games
already
and
got
tens
seasons.
of
You can't put
millions
like
of
a winter
fans.
mode in
So
there.
Forza Horizon
What you
4
gonna
is
do? A
available
storm
with
mode
Xbox
again?
Game Pass, and
I don't know, man. Let's see what they got.
So when you just take a look at this.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben Thakerfell, Chief Designer at Playground Games. We want to thank you all for your incredible support since the launch of Forza Horizon 4. Your feedback helps shape the future of our game. In addition to the improvements and new features we've been adding, we have been hard at work on our first expansion, which I am excited to announce today. Later this year, the Horizon Festival is heading to Fortune Island, where you'll hunt for hidden treasure and explore the most extreme terrain ever seen in a Horizon game. This is the largest expansion we've ever made, and it's full of epic driving experiences, ravines, perilous cliff-top roads.
Yo, look at this.
and the long
You
section
can't tell me
of
they
paved
can't make a Fable game,
switchbacks
bro.
we've
I don't
ever
want to
built,
hear nobody
which
else
are
talking about,
perfect
yo, they shouldn't do
It's
Fable.
not just the
Like, I know
extreme
this is a
terrain
racing
challenge on
game, but
Fortune
when you
Island.
look at these
For the first
environments
time
and
ever
what
in a
they're
Horizon
doing
game,
in this,
you'll get to
oh my
experience
God, bro.
thunderous lightning storms
It
and
looks
even
like
the
it should be a
Aurora
part of
Ice,
Fable.
where you race and explore the
Bruh,
festival's newest
this is
and most
crazy.
dangerous location. Fortune Island
They
is
should
the
be making
largest,
Fable.
most thrilling and
Just
most
their open world
extreme
alone
location
looks like
we've
it
ever
deserves to
built, and
be
we can't wait
them
for you
making.
to
They
play it.
deserve to be making Fable. This is crazy. Bro, look at this. Oh my God. Bro, look at the sky, bruh. These guys at Playground are like, they're hitting God tier developers. I don't care what nobody says. You ain't got to like Xbox, but you can't sit here and tell me that the guys over at Playground aren't becoming God tier developers.
So what also happens, when you take Ken Block's greatest hits and mix them together with some Forza Horizon 4? Let's take a look. I need help. Help me.
I like how they put Xbox and Windows 10 exclusive. Like, that's not how the word exclusive works, but it is what it is. Oh, man. They should just put Microsoft exclusive or something at this point. So they got a show you can watch on
So much better
Amazon
when you're
Prime
wearing
about these
heels. I
cars,
think you
and
need to
then
go
you
a
can
bit
get the
faster.
DLC
Break a
in the
bit. No,
game.
he's fine. Just leave it out. Anyway,
That's
they say
cool.
4 changes everything, and now 4 is changing too. So don't go anywhere. Microsoft
Matt
Studios
Booty.
says Matt Booty
Let's
is
go.
just a
Let's
few
end this
minutes
show
away, and we
right.
Can't wait to hear who's going to be joining the Xbox.
Let's
fam.
end this
But
show
first
right.
up, Jeff and Graham are going to be introducing even more titles to Xbox Game Pass. Left a bit. No. You don't want to go that way. Take a left.
So far, we have told you about 13 games coming to Xbox Game Pass.
I'm not naming them all, mate. I've run out of fingers.
Crazy Larry could do it.
Oh, Crazy Larry. I miss that guy. Haven't seen him in a while, have we?
It has been a while.
Anyway, all right, well, anyway, before Jeff can double dog dare me to list all the games, let's take a look at the final batch. Number 14 is Agents of Mayhem. 15
Word!
is MXGP3, and 16 is Thomas Was Alone. These games are all
Bruh.
coming later this month. Now, do
Yo,
you know
remember
about
when-
Agents of Mayhem? Because I do.
Agents of Mayhem, that game flopped so hard, bro, when it came out. This is one of the reasons why I feel like Mayhem games don't do well. This right here shows me that Mayhem games don't do well, bro. No one plays these games like they used to anymore. Crackdown though, because it has that multiplayer, and the multiplayer looks so fire, which I'm kind of hyped now. I still want to know what's going on with the campaign, but the multiplayer got me kind of interested. Definitely day one for Game Pass, I'll be picking that up.
MXGP3.
That Agents of Mayhem, I'm not sure that it's gonna have like any success going forward, because if you didn't, well, I can't say that. If you didn't buy the game when it was a launch, if you didn't buy the game when it launched, it's not to say you couldn't pick it up when Game Pass comes out. It's just a simple fact that I don't know if people would be interested in playing it because of it being such a sort of like full flat type game. But we'll see. That's what Game Pass is for. We will definitely see. Thomas is Alone is just, I don't know what's the point of that. I don't know what's the point of that. Like, Thomas is Alone is such an old game. Why is it on there? The MotoGP, if you're into bikes and dirt bikes and all that stuff like that, I guess that's cool. That's not impressive, man. And listen, the thing is, it's not even like these games are coming out today on Game Pass. Like, a lot of these games is coming out over the course of, like, 3 to 4 months or more, even more, because Ori don't come out until probably like next holiday, or spring at that. So I don't know, man. It's like Microsoft gotta not hype these type of things up. They could have just did an XO for this, honestly. They could have just did an XO for this. They didn't have to do. I mean, they could have did an Inside Xbox for that announcement.
We had a great new deal for members joining during the holidays. The launch of the mobile app and
the $1 deal is cool though, because I just canceled mine, but I had 3 months left until January, so I guess I'll pick it up for $1 and add another month. Been playing Forza through that. That should last me up until Crackdown situation. I mean, all right, let's just think of, all right, so Ori Ori's cool, that works. Will of the Wisps is what I'm talking about. Hellblade is cool because I didn't pick it up, so at least maybe I'll try it out this time around. The Thief of Thieves joints in the Mutant Zero. Those are like the 4 games that I'm the most hyped for. So I might pick that up for a buck, being that I canceled out my service. I can add another month to it for $1. That might work itself out.
While you're downloading that app, you're going to want to watch this next video, especially you, Graham.
Why? What's happening? What's going on? What's going to happen next?
I don't know what the problem is, Doctor. It's this time of the year. Everybody's festive. I just can't join the party. There's something missing in my life.
Do you have an Xbox? It's time to get crazy with Black Friday deals!
deal! We gotta start by filling the gap in your living room! Up to $100 off the entire Xbox One family of devices. The lowest price ever for Xbox One X at $399.99. 4 kids fighting over a single console? Buy one for each! Save $10 on Xbox wireless controllers, including Xbox Design Lab.
Hey, Larry, what about games?
Games! Oh, you want games? Forza Motorsport 7, 50% off! 50% you don't have to pay, 50% you do! Sea of Thieves, half off.
Yeah, I actually I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. I don't know what to say. I feel embarrassed that they did this.
But Larry, what if we want to make it really easy?
I feel embarrassed. Like, I want to say something else, but I can't think of nothing else to say. I just feel embarrassed. Like, you ever watch something and, like, something's happening and you just feel embarrassed that you're watching it? Like, you feel embarrassed that this is happening. Oh my god.
Fine print? Of course there's fine print and a lot more deals.
You can read it all right here.
Tatum, you can see they're having
This is the third time they've run this Playgrounds commercial. They've put commercials on a streaming show. Oh man, so much to decompress on tonight's Tick podcast. This is so much to decompress on tonight's Xbox podcast. Look, I'm not trying to knock. Listen, Docs. I'm not trying to knock Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get what they're doing. You're doing it for the fans. That's cool, man. But you gotta be able to, like, you gotta capture people to a point to where you don't like a joke. You gotta understand that a lot of people that watch this show are grown men. Even the hardcore Xbox guys are mostly grown men. A lot of us grew up on this stuff. So when we watch things like this, we just feel like, what is happening here? Like, what is Microsoft doing? We want to see cool things happen at Xbox. You don't get these type of things on other shows like that. Like, I've never seen something like this happen on a Nintendo Direct or PlayStation's show. Like, this is so, I don't even know how to describe it. I honestly don't. But it's just one of those things where it's like Microsoft really needs to cater to the hardcore, and some of the things that they're doing just doesn't appeal to the hardcore. It's more of a joke, especially to the people who are on the outside. I'm not trying to crap on the show. I think the XO18 show is what Inside Xbox needs to be. But here's what we're all here for.
5 new studios.
That's what we're here for.
Had
So let me stop
Playground
talking.
join the family with the work they've done on Forza. We started a new studio in Santa Monica, The Initiative, and we had Undead Labs in Seattle, Compulsion Games in Montreal, and then Ninja Theory in Cambridge join. And we're real happy with how that's gone so far, and looking forward to the games we're going to see from them.
All right, well, tell us who's joining the fold.
Well, I am very pleased to announce that we will be acquiring In Exile Entertainment in Newport Beach, California.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about NXT.
Who?
Congratulations. Tell us about that studio, because there's quite a history with it.
Yeah, led by Brian Fargo. It's just a great studio made up of creative people really dedicated to the craft, long RPG lineage there. They've made games such as the Wasteland series, and of course Bard's Tale. Bard's Tale 4 recently came out, and it's doing great. So we're just really excited to have that team, the people, the craft joining what we do.
Now, when you work with the team and
there better
everyone
be
at
more
Microsoft, you look at the portfolio and you're looking for studios that really round it out, right?
You know, we look more for starting with the people and the teams. I don't really have a checklist of certain genres or kinds of games. It's more, who are the people, who are the creative leads, and what's their dedication to really excellence. And we've seen that in In Exile.
Now, we've got a video from In Exile, so we have a special message from Brian Fargo himself. Let's take a look.
Joining the Microsoft team is going to allow us to spend all of our energies crafting the game experience. It allows us to tap into the incredible Microsoft ecosystems that is second to none in the development world. Of course, we're going to continue doing role-playing games. We love the world building, we love the sense of immersion, and we love when all of the game's pieces come together. And even better is that the DNA of the company will remain exactly the same. And this deal is going to allow us to make role-playing games.
Don't get me wrong, Wastelands was a good
I'm
game.
very excited, and needless to say, I'm not going to be retiring anytime soon.
What I mean, that ain't it. Like, I'm happy. RPGs coming to Xbox. I'm hyped, but that ain't it, fam. Come on, Matt.
We talked about 2. So who else is joining the family?
We're also very happy to announce that we will be acquiring Obsidian
Woo!
Entertainment and Irvine.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Don't disappoint me like that again. Don't put me on edge like that again. No one needs that type of stress. I don't need that kind of stress. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I care about. That's what we here for.
An indie studio that's really held together over the last decade
Man.
and made some great games.
Now, our new friends at Obsidian have produced a great piece highlighting what they're all about. Let's take a look at
Man.
just a snippet.
They really had me on edge there.
Really special.
Microsoft out here playing games, bro. You can't be playing games, bro.
Gaming concepts.
They put,
It's born out
hey,
of
TF God, they out here playing games with your
where
boy.
you can kind of do anything you want.
They playing games with your boy,
Great with
bro.
story, great with character, great with reactivity.
Let's go.
I've often described it as it's not a story-driven game, it's a player-driven story.
When I think of Obsidian, I think of role-playing games. Specifically, some of my favorite ones: Fallout New Vegas, Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity. I actually played that before I ever interviewed with the company, and I remember thinking like, whoa, the writing like blew me away.
It's about player agency. Like there's stats and there's dialogue and there's combat and there's all this kind of thing, but in the end, it's really about giving people the ability to be who they want to be and make decisions that truly impact what's happening in the game.
Now, that's amazing news, Matt. Now, I count, you talked about it, that is 13 new studios to the mix. Now, back in E3, we had this big screen with all the different studios. I think it's time we update that, don't you? So let's go ahead and update that. Add those 2 brand new studios, which now are part of the Microsoft family.
The
Right?
NXL team is solid because you'll get a bunch of smaller indie, a lot of smaller RPGs like the Wasteland RPG coming
NXL
out.
and Obsidian shared some past going back. I really want to stress we're going to keep them unique.
But
and
Obsidian
preserve the
is
cultures
big.
that they've got.
Now, you're in charge of the portfolio for Xbox, for first-party portfolio. That's got to feel great. You must feel really good about the future now because you're looking way up the pipeline.
Yeah, I am just tremendously excited and privileged. It's a great honor.
Microsoft Next Gen about to be bananas.
And some of these
It's
teams
about
are
to
going
be
have games that
banana
come out
sandwich,
soon. They've had some
bruh.
things in the works,
What?
but mostly we
Yo,
feel really
it's
set up
about to be
give
so
our
hype.
fans
New
new
hardware
exclusive
coming out in
games
2
for Xbox
years.
and a
Probably
great
the most
pipeline of new
powerful
things going
hardware to
into Game
release.
Pass.
13 new studios. Oh my God,
Thank
bro.
you so much for you. Set quite a bar for
That's it. That's it. I'm good. XO18 was probably one of the most boring events I have ever watched. It dragged on so long. It just dragged on to a point to where I just was like, ugh. But that at the end made it all worth it, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying, bro. The Wasteland series, that's a big deal, bro. Like, I'm not a fan. Like, the NXL thing, I wasn't impressed with it because it's one of the things where it's like, it's not something that I wanted as far as the studio's concerned because they make smaller RPGs, knowing Microsoft needs big AAA RPGs. So for me, Obsidian was the bigger studio, and that was the announcement I was looking for. But coming out with 2, I wasn't expecting them to pick up the Wasteland guy, so that's pretty cool in itself, and it allows them to go ahead and, you know, sort of It allows them to sort of go ahead and continue to produce these smaller RPGs exclusives that's going to come out for Game Pass, and then allow the big studios like Obsidian and Ninja Theory and all these other guys to start making these big AAA RPGs and big AAA action adventure games. So that's really awesome. So, you know, man, it all turned itself out. At the end of the day, it you know, it turned out decent. It really wasn't something that I will say it was, you know, overall like super impressive or anything like that. I think what Microsoft needs to do is to continue to look at the studios that they want to pick up. Look at the studios that they want to pick up. Continuing to build up that first party portfolio. Make sure that they have a lot of diversity in their games. Obviously, they got something going good with Game Pass. I wasn't impressed with all the stuff that they showed today. A lot of the stuff is just rehashed things, DLC, things that is going to keep the fan base that's already playing those games really excited and into what they're doing. Overall, just for an event, I feel like they didn't have to do it. They didn't have to do this. They didn't. Everything that they did, they could have just announced on a Game Pass, a regular Game Pass they did for a month. But I get it. I feel like this was like a major Nelson thing. Probably the criticism probably got to them of what they were doing with Inside Xbox. I said Game Pass. With Inside Xbox, and they wanted to do something big. They wanted to do something bigger. And they wanted to do the XO18 thing. Now, from a fan's perspective, because I want to say this right, because I don't want to crap on what they did. From a fan's perspective, if you have these games, you have a reason to be excited because there's a bunch of continued content coming to all these games and you'll be able to play it. If you have Game Pass, it's more incentive to play. It's more incentive to experiment. It shows that there's a lot of third parties starting to step in to that Game Pass field and allow their games to be on there and even launch on there. And even some games that aren't successful can find new life on Game Pass, like the Agents of Mayhem thing, which I know for a fact flopped hard. So the fact that that game did abysmal and now it's on Game Pass goes to show that they're trying to find an audience for this game and not abandon the game completely. So there's an incentive there. And obviously, every time they do these events and every time they make these big announcements, they always put like, get Game Pass for $1 or whatever, so that way they can get people back into it. And I have Game Pass for the next 3 months. That wound up coming out, I think, for $29 or whatever. It was on some special. So, no, I think it was regular. But I wound up picking it up for the next 3 months. And then now that it's out for $1, I'll probably pick it up for $1 and add another month to it. So that'll be 4 months up until, I think, Crackdown comes out in February. So that'll cover me for February. But overall, man, the show was just... it felt really dragged out. It was like, it reminded me of PSX, except there was just a lot more games and it was a longer show. Like PSX does this thing where it's like, they kind of sit down, you got a lot of conversations, they show some gameplay, but it's mostly a lot of the same stuff over and over and over again. And that's why you see so many PlayStation fans get sort of disappointed with PSXs, and they're like, PSX is for the fans, it's about meeting developers and fan interaction and stuff. And that's kind of like what XO18 turned out to be. It was more about, showing what Microsoft has coming to some of the games that they've already put out. Show off what they're doing with Game Pass, what they're doing with BC. It's cool to see the dude from Square up there with Kingdom Hearts and all the Final Fantasy games being announced on stage and stuff like that. But through all of that, overall, that other stuff wasn't like the show overall, to hype it up, to have a countdown, to do all this extra stuff. You got people out there putting up all types of rumors and what ifs and should be there and may be there and getting all the fans hyped up. and none of that happened. And I knew that was what was going to happen. Like, I knew it. And I just watched all the people on social media and all the Xbox fans get hyped for this event. And sure enough, it didn't go down the way they was looking for it to go down. So, I feel like I came out on top. That's how I feel. From last week's prediction show, I stated that I don't think they're going to show the stuff. I think that they're just going to show a bunch of the games that they already have, a bunch of DLC. Banjo didn't show up like some of the guys on the team predicted, but Obsidian showed up, and that was big. What's the name of that studio? Inflex, or whatever the name is, that studio. I'll have to look up more on that studio and what they produce. I played a bit of the Wasteland games. It's kind of like Diablo, not in the sense that that's how it plays, but in the sense that it's like one of those isometric type RPGs with a lot of loot and shooting and running around. So it's real indie. It's real like small titles and stuff like that. So it's cool that they picked those guys up, and I know why they picked them up. But Obsidian being picked up was all I wanted. That's why I stayed here for 2 hours to watch this show. And now that it's been confirmed, I feel much better about wasting my time on this event. So no disrespect to Microsoft. You did what you had to do for the fans. You did what you had to do for the fan base. But at the end of the day, man, the most important thing that you could have done was purchase Obsidian. You now have a big-time Western RPG studio coming out of Microsoft Studios, and that is going to be big for them going into the future. New hardware coming out soon over the next 2 years. You know, Sony's already setting up their lineup and what they're doing going forward with the PS5. I know the PS5 is going to be it's going to be huge. You know, what the Xbox One X has done as far as the perception of the PS4 Pro is not something that Sony's going to take sitting on their butts. I think they're really going to step their game up. They're going to produce the PS5. It's going to be one hell of a platform, and they're going to have a ton of games to back it up. They already have a ton of indie games to back it up. I think Microsoft continuing with the Game Pass platform, continuing with their Idea Xbox program, which has really come on strong over the last couple of years. And now with all these new studios coming out, they can really come out the gate and rival any platformer. Any platformer. Obviously, Japanese games is still an issue. Microsoft, in my opinion, needs to make a first-party Japanese studio, but that's something that I don't expect to happen. But if they can continue to build their third-party relationships and continue to build their relationships with the Japanese developers, you can continue to see really cool games hit the platform like the Devil May Cry's and the Final Fantasies and the Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that coming out of Capcom and Square. They do really good with Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco, however you want to say it. And they just have to continue to, or Phil has to continue to work. You got to build that trust back with these developers that produce these unique titles, whether they're niche, whether they don't appeal to the Xbox fan base. What you have to do is continue to bring those games over and continue to support, because the person who loves to play those games that wouldn't consider to get an Xbox can now say, hey, that game's on Xbox too, and they got these games, and they got this, and they got that. I think I'm going to pick up an Xbox, and people don't have to sit up there and lie about Xbox not having any games, or lie about the diversity of the platform. So Microsoft's 2018 so far seems 2019, excuse me, not 2018. Microsoft's 2019 seems on the right path. I would like to know more and see more of what's coming out. As of right now, I think Gears 5, Crackdown 3, Ori and the Blind Forest. That's it. Those are the only three major titles that I know that's coming out in 2019 for Xbox. So hopefully we get more information on what Microsoft is going to be producing in the future. But as of right now, that is the biggest thing that Microsoft has going for themselves, is basically what they're going to be producing now with all of these studios. They've heard the talk. They've been, kicked, punched while they're down, and now they're ready to step back up and get that platform going again. So we'll see how it all turns out. I'll take a few questions. If anybody want to say anything or get any responses from me before I head on out of here and take a break and get ready for tonight's Tick podcast with some guests that we have on. go ahead and leave some questions, put a question mark behind it, and I'll see you guys later on tonight. So let's see what we have. Hey, big shout out to Andrew Wilkins for coming in. He says, Cal, you better not lie and say that weak crackdown destruction is ran by the cloud. If you do, I'm taking back your black. Listen. Crackdown looked good. I don't know about the campaign yet. The multiplayer looked great. I don't know if it was run off the cloud. It could just be normal destruction. I don't know. I really don't know. But it does. The multiplayer looked interesting. It looked good. I have to admit, it got me excited. Just seeing people flying all over the map, things blowing up, buildings collapsing. I thought it was real interesting. We'll see how it all pans out. As we get more and more information about campaign and the writing and all that stuff like that, I hope it turns out good. But as of right now, seeing Crackdown live, and I'm sure we'll hear a bunch about it from articles and developers. It looks much, much improved over what I initially played and what I initially saw when I got a chance to play it and see it back in 2017. Yeah, Damn Good says they just don't have anything ready to show people, and that's the reality. It sucks. And it's true. At the end of the day, we can talk about what Microsoft is going to do. As of right now, they don't have much. You're really relying on what they've already produced and what they have as of now, which is some really great quality, smaller titles, indie type titles, and their flagships, which is your Halo, Gears, and Forza over the last 2 years. That's really what it's been about. And now we just sort of kind of like waiting for the end of the generation at this point, other than Gears 5, Ori, and Crackdown next year. We still haven't heard anything about Ashen. I was shocked. We didn't hear anything about Below. I was shocked about that as well, which is, two other big games that, even though they're smaller, even though they're indie, that Microsoft had spoke about, and we didn't get nothing on that either. So yeah, it is a bit disappointing. It is definitely a bit disappointing as far as that's concerned. TF Guy says, Cal, let's talk about the crowd doing Arsenio for every game. Hey, that's how it is, man. Xbox fans, PlayStation fans too. Let's not act like it doesn't happen everywhere. You got fans out there. They were cheering. I don't know what they were cheering for. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot happening. I don't know if they were cheering Microsoft on because they thought it was going to be something amazing that had happened or what. But at the end of the day, the fans were definitely overhyped. There was way too much hype. Sorry, guys. Give me half a sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. So, let's see what happens. Yeah, the crowd was definitely overhyped though. Damn Good says no action, no below, no. Oh, he meant to say no ashen, and no below. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. Scorpio for Life asks, did you enjoy the XO show? I did not. I thought the show was boring. I thought the show was overextended for no reason. They could have did that in an hour, honestly. I'm not trying to crap on Xbox. I thought E3 was fantastic. Gamescom is Gamescom. I expected more from XO18, even though I downplayed XO18 for my own expectations. And yeah, it just lived up to not being where I thought it should have gone. But in the end, I still got the answers that I was looking for, and the predictions that I made seem to have come true in comparison to the rest of the team, which we'll discuss tonight. Yo, TF, you can definitely come through tonight. I'll send you a request on Facebook. Make sure you follow, not Facebook, excuse me. Make sure you follow on Twitter, TIC_podcast. I'll send you a invite if you want to vent. We could definitely discuss this tonight. TF God said NX acquisition was for the mobile. I bet. Nah, they make some indie games. They make some cool indie games. You can see those indie games. They're on the Xbox platform. They're actually in Game Pass as well. I think BC as well. I think Wasteland was a BC game. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know I have the game because I do game share, and my homeboy loves that game, so he definitely will be playing that. Yeah, no Yakuza. I don't know, man. I was hoping they would bring up some Yakuza. I don't know. Maybe Phil's still working on it. Maybe we'll get it next year. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe Sony's got that locked up. Who knows? Courtney Smith said, "Hey Cal, so who's their target audience?" I would assume everybody. Listen, I said this before. I think Microsoft really needs to capture the Western RPG audience. It's one of the biggest things that they have going for themselves. It's one of the few things that they have to strengthen. You know, games like Fable, games like, even though they don't own these games, but games like Witcher, games like Elder Scrolls Online, those type of games, they really are one of the few. They really are one of the few things where I can say that you know, they capture people from that audience because the Western RPG was such a PC style type game. You know, when you think back to Knights of the Old Republic and Jade Empire and that Dungeons and Dragons type roll a dice system and the way the combat is and the choice with like games like Mass Effect, that's where Microsoft's strength really is. And a lot of people buy those games from the 360 era, the Dragon Ages, and all that stuff like that. They do really well in that genre in comparison to the JRPG. So for them picking up a studio like Obsidian, a studio like the In Exile guys who make these Diablo style looking type games, Diablo does extremely well on Xbox. They do extremely well with PC. Obsidian does extremely well with PC. You can see them making these moves for a reason. It all lines up with that PC style, Western RPG style type game. So overall, I gotta say that Microsoft is really targeting a diverse audience, but they're definitely trying to get people on the PC side of games to buy into Xbox and buy into Game Pass. And that's what I see. Game Pass going to PC, picking up these PC type studios and picking up these developers that make these games on PC to try to bring in that big PC audience, get some of those guys over from Steam onto their ecosystem. That's what they're trying to do. And that's the audience they're trying to get. I wasn't impressed with Phil's talk about Windows 10, but I get it. It's a business perspective. Overall, Xbox is what's really bringing in all this money. And with them having 13 studios, it just shows that they are ready to go. And I'm excited for it. Well, Damn Good says no Black Desert Online, no Bless Unleashed. I'm just shaking my head. I feel you, bro. Black Desert, I'm actually playing that right now. You can download it. Just go to the store, type in Black Desert, and it's free for everybody. You don't gotta sign up for nothing. So if you don't know, Black Desert is out for a while. I think it ends tomorrow, possibly. So definitely hop on it as soon as you can and get your hands on it and play it. It's really, really good. I'm actually really impressed with it. It's really, really good. As far as Bless, I know Bless is also coming via the program? The preview program. Coming to Xbox first, so I'll be hyped for that when that comes out. So I'm looking for that as well when that drops. Yeah, no Battletoads, man. I didn't think Battletoads was going to show up either. I didn't think Battletoads or Banjo was going to show up. I don't know why people was talking about these games. Like, listen to Tick Podcast. Listen to me, man. I be telling y'all the truth, bro. People like, yo, man, why you crapping on Xbox, man? You supposed to be an Xbox fan. I'm like, bro, I'm keeping it 100. I don't see these games popping up at no XO18, especially with it being sort of this sort of like inside Xbox show. I just don't see it. And sure enough, it didn't happen. Cal, yeah, we did that. For me, no Xbox One this year. Well, Dylan98, man, I wouldn't say it's a fail. If you never had an Xbox One X or you've never had or got a chance to play any of the games, don't listen to the outside sources. I'm not a ultra fanboy Xbox and nothing like that. I am a gamer first and foremost. I'm a fan of the Xbox platform, and I support the Xbox platform for a number of reasons because I like the games, I like the ecosystem. There are some really good games on the platform. There really are. Let's not sleep on what they have produced and what you should try and what you should play. There are some really great games on the Xbox platform, and it's well worth the $399. That's when it drops the price, or the $500 for the platform, without question, without doubt. When you let outside sources dictate certain things and the way you feel, the way you see things, then you sort of miss out on a lot of good games. Now, it's not to say that Microsoft killed it this gen. I don't know or believe that they did in comparison to something like the 360, but this has been, and this is according to a source of mine, a big head honcho over at Xbox, this has been their best first party output as far as single player experiences go in comparison to any generation. Because you got to remember, a lot of the games that we played in the last generation and generation before were all third party. And they were excellent games, but from a first-party perspective, those games didn't belong to Microsoft. The Mass Effects, the BioShocks, the Knights of the Old Republic, the Jade Empires, they didn't belong to Microsoft. So they did put a big effort into this generation. It gets ignored because of the ratings, but that doesn't mean that ratings always don't tell the story. So never rely on ratings and never rely on word of mouth. Always play the game or try the game yourself, and that's why Game Pass is there. So definitely check it out. And I would definitely consider picking up an X this holiday season. If not to play the games now, to get in the ecosystem, because when the next platform comes out, all the games you buy will go ahead and follow you on the next platform. You don't have to worry about backwards compatibility or, because Microsoft is both backwards and forwards compatible. Damn Good says, Cal, how can they have the director of, I guess, Kingdom Hearts 3 and not announce 1 or 2 in Sony's top power? Not announce 1 and 2. Yeah, I agree. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 should have been announced at the XO18 conference. I played both, loved both. It should have been announced, even if it's not something that people are interested in buying because they played it. It should have been announced for the sheer fact that 3 is on the platform. And that would have been a big announcement in itself. Like the Final Fantasy series coming to Xbox is a big announcement. It's a huge announcement, actually, even though they're not getting 8. I don't know why. But Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 should have showed up. Without question, they should have showed up, and I'm still disappointed about that. Box 6791 says the show, we don't curse on the show like that, but the show sucks. Obsidian announcement was cool though. Yeah, man, like I said before, I didn't think the show was going to be anything crazy. Liam, you cannot be down here with no clothes on. I think the show wasn't what I expected it to be. It could have been a lot better, but at the end of the day, man, the studio announcements was big, and I think that's all that matters. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and answer one more question because my kids are wilding out now. They don't even care that I'm doing the show live on the air. My kids running around here in shorts. I don't know what they're doing in this bathroom. They're probably going to play in the toilet. So listen, man, catch me tonight. I'm going to see if I can get some of the guys that's here that's in the chat on as guests so we can talk about this show. The team will show up. We might have some other guest hosts coming on. Again, we're still looking for new guys to join the team, the Tick Podcast team, as we revamp for 2019. So listen, man, if you love the show, if you love everything that we've been producing, make sure you go and give us a follow. We have 2 shows on the network right now. We got more content coming that we're going to be producing. I'm going to continue to try to do this format. There's a little delay because I'm streaming from OBS to YouTube. The quality may not be there, but I'm going to try to continue to do this this way for the Tick Podcast going forward, as well as put up little images of articles and videos while we're doing those shows live for you guys to be a little bit more entertaining instead of giving you guys the same old when it comes to what we've been doing for like 102 episodes. I might not get that done tonight, but I would definitely try to get that done on the next episode. So listen, man, I want to thank everybody for stopping out. I truly appreciate the support, Tiger King. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, man. Much respect. It was cool to see the director from Square out there in Mexico. That was pretty dope, without question. TF God, he only have his YouTube. Yeah, man, just hit me up via DM if you can, or send me a email or something. I'll try to find you somehow, some way. If you can't make it, we'll connect somehow, I guess. Just send me that DM and I'll see if I receive it, and I'll try to respond to you. Or leave a comment and I'll try to respond to you in the comment section. Yeah, man, maybe next year. We'll see what happens at E3 2018. Out. Go upstairs. We'll see what happens in 2018. I don't know. 2019. I don't know what's going to happen with Microsoft going forward as far as them showing more big titles, more things to come. But obviously, they got something. They definitely have something, and you guys don't want to miss out on what they're going to be doing probably at next year's E3 with all of these studios and all this new hardware that they've been talking about producing, and xCloud and Game Pass. If you're not excited about the future of Xbox, I don't know what you could be excited for, because Microsoft is about to bring the heat, and I'm hyped for it all. So listen, that's going to be it for today's show, man. You could definitely check those MP3s out. I'm not sure if I'll put this show up there because it's more of a reaction show than an actual podcast, but I will put tonight's reaction show, episode 103, up on the podcast front, so you can catch that out. If you missed the show on YouTube, you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, as well as Google Music and other podcast formats and apps. Just look us up under TIC Podcast and we should pop up. All right. Want to thank everybody once again for hanging with your boy. I'm going to holler at you guys later, and we'll talk more tonight about this event because there's so much to discuss with the team, our expectations, what was delivered and what wasn't delivered, and we'll see if we can get some of you guys on the show. Holler at you later. Peace.